¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo va la cosa, homies? Bienvenidos a PALIQUEO Crib.
Hello.
Aquí estamos en directo ya desde aquí, desde la Unión, representando a PALIQUEO Crib. Aquí ya está compartiendo, aquí las guests ya están compartiendo aquí el material ya en directo.
I will silence, okay? So sorry.
It's okay. Ok, familia, como sabéis, en este programa lo que vamos a hacer es practicar inglés y español. Para ello, hoy tenemos a dos invitadas súper especiales. Tenemos, como siempre, aquí a la colaboradora número 1, Minerva, la Big Data Analyst que tenemos siempre, que viaja por el mundo y ahora nos contará las aventuras que ha tenido estas últimas 2 semanas.
Yeah, I've been quite busy.
And also we have another guest, tenemos a otra chica que es americana, de Nueva York,
Yes.
¿no? Y nos va a contar ahora un poquito su experiencia aquí creo que lleva 2 meses aquí en Málaga, y su experiencia un poco... y qué es lo que más le ha traído aquí a Málaga y por qué está aquí con nosotros hoy compartiendo estas 2 horas con nosotros, y vamos a disfrutar de unos cuantos temas que tenemos preparados. Alright, so I guess a lot of people already know about you, Minerva, but can you share a little bit about your little trips that you went through the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was very good. This weekend I was in Galicia. I was visiting north of Spain, and it's really great because it's green, and there is water, and the food is amazing. It's quite different to south of Spain, So I really enjoyed, even that it was a little cold, but it was okay. And the weekend before, I was in Cordoba. I also visited Sevilla and Granada, so it was really, really cool. My holidays, I really enjoyed, and I'm inviting everyone to travel and visiting different cities in Spain that are very nice.
So what was the main meal that you tried? Your favorite meal in all of those provinces that you visited?
Wow, that's different. I don't know how to say in English.
Dilo en español.
Lomo embuchado. El lomo...
Okay, lomo embuchado. So
no,
it's
no
like...
embuchado, es otro lomo, es que no lo conozco.
Lomo, so I'm gonna explain, Olivia. Lomo embuchado, porque aquí tenemos a una americana que el lomo embuchado como que no hay mucha familiaridad con el lomo embuchado en Nueva York. Lomo embuchado is like the back of the pig, of the pork.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Like pork back.
Okay.
The back of the pork.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of fillet.
Hay otro lomo.
Lomo adobado.
Loin?
What's that? Loin. Yeah, like a loin, like a
Loin.
pork loins.
Yeah.
Pork
Algo así,
loins.
pero con una salsa. Es que
But
no
with a sauce, that special
Okay.
sauce, you know.
Cool.
Y también cheese. Camembert cheese
And
on top.
cheese on
in
top.
a bread. Like rolls. Yeah, in rolls, like around.
Ok, so aquí tenemos a los lomos embuchados aquí de Minerva. Y ahora a ver, del lomo embuchado pasamos a Nueva York. So, what's your story, Olivia? Can you share a little bit about your background?
Yeah, so I'm from New York, and I lived in New York for like university. I moved to Chicago and did some teaching, and then during the pandemic, after the pandemic, I started to travel and I started to do something called Workaway, and it got me traveling throughout Europe, and I realized I wanted to spend more time there. So
Can you explain what that is?
yeah, it's a work exchange, a volunteer work exchange, where you volunteer different skill sets for room and board, essentially. So I did all kinds of things. I did like childcare, like I looked after kids. I worked on a dairy farm. I painted murals. I did all kinds of stuff. Whatever skill you have, somebody needs your help. You can do home renovation, whatever. So I did that all over Europe for about a year.
Okay.
And then it was hard. I was traveling with no visa. So I was like, I want a way I can stay for a longer period of time.
But you stayed in different countries and different cities throughout that year?
Yeah.
Or
In Europe, no?
Yes.
But the problem I can find, you only can be 3 months in Europe.
Yeah. So I had to go in and out of the Schengen zone. So Croatia is joining the Schengen zone next year.
Croatia.
But it was not in the Schengen zone.
Wow.
So I spent like almost 2 months
I have
around
so many friends
Dubrovnik.
that they are doing this.
Yeah.
Always go to Croatia.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
very
beautiful.
famous.
It's beautiful. I knew nothing about it before. I didn't know anyone who had traveled there before. It's just I was interested and there was an opportunity, so I went. Yeah.
Oh, and that's
I would recommend.
I'm gonna give you a little challenge,
Okay.
Olivia. So, ¿puedes decirnos en español qué es lo que más cuáles son los hobbies que más te apasionan ahora mismo?
Ahora, cualquier cosa en el mar me gusta.
Okay.
Voy a enseñar al surf y
Oh.
paddleboard. I don't know how to say stand-up paddleboard.
Paddleboard es como body, it's like you're on top of the surf.
No,
on the
you
surf.
stand. You
Las
stand.
paletas.
Yeah.
The paddles, yeah.
Kayak.
Okay.
Where? ¿Dónde?
En el mar.
No, pero aquí en
Sí,
Málaga
aquí en
o
Málaga.
Fuengirola?
Ajá.
¿En
En Málaga, cerca del Parque Huelín, y yo fui a Nerja
Okay.
para hacer cosas ahí.
Ok, en Nerja sí.
Sí.
A ver. Pero en Málaga no conozco ninguno. ¿Y tú?
La verdad que
No
tiene que ser la costa.
Cuando,
Tiene que ser la
cuando
costa
el
todo,
tiempo
claro.
fue
No va a
más
ser la
mejor.
montaña,
La
claro.
montaña.
Qué
El
una
Monte
cosa.
Coronado.
Que-
Okay, so paddleboard, kayaking.
Yeah.
And also, you said another one. You said
Surfing.
just
Surf.
straight up
Yeah,
surfing.
yeah,
Okay.
Where? ¿En Palo o where?
Yeah, in Huelín.
Really?
There's a place called La Térmica.
¿Y cuál es la ola más alta en la que tú te has subido alguna vez? ¿Recuerdas alguna ola de más de 3 metros? Like this?
Media metro.
Like my- like your own size.
I am a beginner.
Okay, good.
Pero antes tú lo practicabas en Estados Unidos.
No.
Oh.
Aquí fue la primera vez.
¿En Huelín?
Sí. Yo
En Huelín,
viví
oye.
en Hawaii por un año.
Huelín. Las olas son muy pequeñas.
Huele un buen
Sí,
sitio para
sí,
todo. Para
Sí,
todo.
sí,
Pero necesitas a esperar por las olas más grandes, porque
Claro.
usualmente son más pequeñas.
No, aquí en Málaga no es
No es lo mejor.
Mejor en el norte sí que hay por lo visto olas más grandes en el norte de
En el
España.
País Vasco yo tengo amigos, pero aquí en Málaga ellos van al Palo. Yo tengo amigos americanos que han venido a surfear a Málaga, no sé por qué. Pero iban al palo, porque aquí, si es que la playa de Welly no tiene playa.
No.
O sea, no tiene...
Sí. Yo fui a El Palo para kayak, pero no para el surf.
Okay.
No sé.
All right, nice. So just to get to know you a little bit more, so that people know, also why you are here, because you want to also enrich yourself with the Spanish culture as well, no, and get to learn like the nitty gritty, no, of the Spanish culture.
Right. Because I visited for the first time I ever left the US was coming to Spain, like as a high school student, and it like blew my mind. And
also, you were in Hawaii, no? Sorry.
I was in Hawaii. Yeah, that was my first work away. I started work away in the US, so I was in Hawaii and I didn't even surf in Hawaii. I don't know why.
No?
Why
no?
The waves
Kiki
were
Beach.
so big. They were so big.
For a year, no? You were in for a year.
I tried, but I wasn't able to stand up.
Yeah,
when I was in Hawaii.
it's hard.
No, actually, yes, I did in Maui.
You were in Maui, okay? I was
Yeah.
on Oahu. I never went to Maui, but
No?
yeah.
Wow, I went with a little plane, so I have the chance to see the mountains from the
So
cool. Rather than picking a plane.
Yeah.
It was very small. No sé, avioneta.
Just
Like
a
a
small
jet,
plane.
almost.
Yeah,
Like
kind
a
of
small
jet,
plane.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cool.
And it was cool because I saw everything green, the mountains, beaches, blue.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's exactly what you think it is. You know, that's what really shocked me. I'm like, it's just like the pictures, really.
How long were you there for, Minerva? In Maui?
I was 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nice. And but did you stay at someone's place, or did you stay at a hotel?
Variety of stuff.
Well, no, because you always come up. She's really resourceful. Minerva is really resourceful when it comes down to finding places where to
There's
stay.
a way. There's a way.
But Hawaii is very expensive. I was in a hostel for 5 days, and later I changed. I have friends there, so it was easy for me.
Yeah.
But also the fact later I changed to another hostel, but it was super expensive, and hostel with 8-10 people.
Right.
That's a lot.
Right. Like in a room.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I think we're gonna be switching over to the topics. So, mira, lo primero que vamos a hablar hoy es because I know that you like Mike Falzone.
Yes.
You know, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Falzone, right? So Mike Falzone is a stand-up comedian. Es un cómico, un monologuista, ¿no? Americano, también de New York City, ¿no?
De Connecticut.
The Connecticut. Okay. So, but so you are from New York City, or just from an area?
From like a little bit more upstate.
Upstate.
Yeah,
no?
but I went to college in New York City. So
I see.
both.
But you were raised in the state of New York.
Yes.
Okay, I see. So this guy, she's from Connecticut, another American state, and she really likes it. Olivia really enjoys his comedy. So let's see what he's about. So I found this routine. By the way, in comedy, you have this word para que los españoles que queráis, que es routine. Que suena como a rutina, pero que para comedia se refiere como a un sketch o algo que se repite mucho en el monólogo, ¿no? All right, so this is the guy. Let's see what he's about.
This is the guy.
Mike Falzone.
Oh, I don't know what clip you have.
Look.
Seen him all over YouTube. That's my credit. That's my stand-up credit.
His stand-up credit, because the guy apparently he's not that famous, no? He's a niche comedian.
Right.
No?
And this is an older video, so at the time he didn't have a lot of like you might have seen him at this club or on TV or Just for Laughs, like all these big like events and like late night on TV and stuff like that. And they the beginning of the skit, it must have introduced him. They're like, yeah, you might know him from YouTube. Like, yeah, everyone knows YouTube. Like, yeah, okay. Great.
Yeah, because now he has a podcast, no?
He has a few podcasts. But mostly he's known for dynamic banter, which he does with another comedian.
Dynamic banter?
Dynamic banter, yeah.
Okay.
But he's also like done many festivals and like has like specials and stuff now, so he's come a long way from here as well. Yeah.
So here's what we usually do. So I like to try to extract expressions and little idioms or anything interesting really that wouldn't be something that you could easily find in a book. So that's what we usually do.
Some guys are like, "You've seen this guy on Fox, NBC. places you could only dream of hanging out, having a job.
Okay, so, obviously, hanging out, having a job. Para en los españoles, hanging out es como echar el rato, ¿no? Like staying, like doing, just chilling,
yeah.
doing nothing really special, ¿no?
And mine is like, you know that free website? Email address. And this guy too, let's bring him out. Yeah, he has a Hotmail, he's doing all right. Now, you all have boyfriends you left to be here? Just one of you has a boyfriend that you left to be here. Same boyfriend. Lucky guy didn't want to show up? You need a sleeper? You pull something? What happened?
See, the bad thing about these subtitles is that they don't match exactly what he's saying.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
so I just usually enable them because it gives them a rough idea of what he's talking about.
Single people though? You guys scattered in there somewhere?
Scatter, ¿no? Right? So scatter es como esparcido. In Spanish es como la gente está como esparcida, como in different spots. Scattered.
I want to personally thank you guys. Me and my fiance have Tinder accounts now because you guys are fucking hilarious. I met a girl on Tinder.
Bueno, eso, la palabra fiancé viene del francés, que es como prometido, ¿no? Se dice en español, ¿no?
Sí.
Fiancé. So I just like bringing this up because some people don't know this word. So, fiancé.
¿No?
What's that?
Tú sí la conoces, ¿no? Ah.
No, yeah, but I'm talking like the people who would watch
I know.
because I'm thinking about the Spanish people really in this case. Let's see.
Tinder today. I matched with one. Her name was Karen, and Karen's profile said that she was addicted to travel.
So obviously the joke here is that it's like the most basic thing, no? Traveling, no?
Right.
Also, Karen is apparently is a term, no? It's a name that is popular to mean someone that's really basic, no?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
a Karen.
And like,
¿Tú sabías
kind
esto?
of- Have you heard this? No. In the States, it's like used to describe someone who's borderline problematic as well. Like someone who's very kind of like close-minded, someone who will complain about everything,
Yeah.
like, and people will use it as an expression to be like, oh, you're being such a Karen. Like,
Yeah.
there's even a look, a hairstyle. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like a short cropped hairstyle, and people call it the Karen. And
Like a woman from the 80s or something
exactly,
like that.
like a I don't know, like a mom, like a middle-aged
Intermedio.
mom from a suburban
Sí, bueno, no,
town.
es más
like,
como una tita Mari, como aquí se diría como, es que aquí como hay como, es decir, una típica tita Mari, ¿no? Como, es que no hay como una expresión igual, como una típica mujer de barrio, con rulos así, ¿sabes? Te digo, como de barrio normal,
no,
básica.
kind of. Yeah, it's the same idea. Kind of like a very stereotypical person of your
Yeah.
culture, but we call it Karen. It's kind of a newish term, honestly.
Type?
Yeah, sure. The female one is Karen, and I think the male one is Chad, no? A
Chad,
like
yeah,
you're
but
such
it
a
has
Chad.
different vibes. It has different vibes. Chad's a little more like silly, dumb, like Chad, I'm gonna go surfing, like bruh, like that kind of thing, like
Yeah.
that kind of basic. But Karen is more like you're trying to insult someone. Like Karens can be rude, like Karens will ask to see the manager. You know what I mean? Like in a restaurant,
Okay.
like
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I heard Chad like in context like this guy is such a Chad. Like this trying to say he's like a really basic guy, like superficial, maybe I don't know, something like that.
Definitely.
Like a Chad.
Yeah. So they're both regular names, but people have adopted them to mean these personalities.
What the fuck does that mean? What are those meetings like, Karen? Karen, I haven't been anywhere in 4 days. No real problems.
So if you see something interesting that you think would be worth taking out, like bringing out, just stop it. Just stop it, and it would.
People are like, fuck you, keep the drugs, people like to go traveling. No one's ever like, fuck you, keep the kids. Just give me a little bit of gas in the RV. Papa needs a little bit of gas. I had to cross the street today to go to a Whole Foods because I too am addicted to travel. And
Whole Foods. Whole Foods. Let's explain that. Whole Foods is like the most popular, one of the most popular supermarkets.
It's a very like a fancy supermarket.
Like a fancy
It's very
supermarket.
like healthy fancy. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How you call it? Woolworths or Woolworths?
Whole Foods.
Whole
Foods.
Foods.
Okay.
Like that.
Whole
Yeah.
Foods. Yeah.
I can see on the screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Whole Foods.
It's very popular, like in New York, California, like trendy.
It's como eco, no?
expensive food.
Ecological stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fancy
It's
stuff.
not like an everyday suit. Like things are just more expensive.
Yeah, I know. Now I remember. I was
Yeah.
there. It was
Yeah.
super expensive
Yeah.
shop.
Yeah.
Now I
It's
remember.
just good, but it's just so expensive. For what?
That's not the kind of places you walk around. Huh?
Definitely not me.
I walked out, I do it every day. I walked up to the corner and I hit the button to change the light and I waited for like 20, 30 seconds and nothing happened. And it seemed like forever. And then somebody goes to the, thank you. And then somebody goes to the opposite end of the end of that I'm trying to go to and he hits the button. And this is when
because she's explaining all the street lights,
A
no?
crosswalk.
The crosswalk, yeah.
Mhm.
I saw this bit. So he's let's listen to it from him.
I realized that I get annoyed too easily because I yelled at the top of my lungs, "Yeah, I got it!"
Okay, so to yell at the top of your lungs, did you hear that expression?
Como gritar con el máximo.
A pleno pulmón.
Sí.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's a set expression, like it's actually very common to yell at the top of your lungs.
Yeah, I hear like I'm not able to use, but I hear.
Right. Just to scream, really.
Okay.
Basically, I use this. Are you screaming me?
Yeah,
Eh? What
yeah,
happened?
yeah.
Are you mad?
Yeah, asking someone if they're mad.
And he yelled back, "Oh, okay," like a normal, kind of just like a normal dude who didn't know that he was in an altercation by that point. And it should have stopped there, but it didn't. And then I yelled, "Yeah, I don't just like hang out here."
See, again, like this comes up again. I just don't only hang out here. Como que no solo paso aquí el rato, no? Como que he's like trying to say that he's not only spending his time there, no?
Right.
And that was too much. Because at that moment, the light changed. And now I gotta walk right in that person's face. And we're getting closer and closer, and he's looking at me like, "Why do you yell at me?" What's it, Friday? I was having a nice day, and you're yelling, and we're getting closer, and our shoulder's about to pass, and I'm like, I gotta diffuse this situation. So I just leaned in and I said, "Hey man, it's crazy out here today."
Okay, I just leaned in. This is another expression that people might not know. To lean into someone, like to lean into someone's shoulder, no? You can say, no? To lean into someone. Okay. You can say lean into someone or to lean into someone's shoulder, no?
Yeah.
You can say both,
Yeah.
both
I don't know what
expressions.
this means.
Esto es como, como me acerqué, como me eché hacia él. Echarte hacia alguien, como aproximarte.
To get closer. Like if I was to tell you something, I'll do it right now. I'll be like, I'm gonna lean in. Like it's literally just
Agachar.
like a little movement. Like head.
Como agacharse, ¿no?
Yeah.
Como ponerse al lado tuyo. Escúchame, te voy a decir una cosa.
Right.
Lean into
I'm
someone.
leaning into someone to usually to tell them something.
Okay.
To lean into someone, yeah. Also, there's another. It's also used as an adjective, no? Like lean meats, no?
Lean, yeah. Lean meaning like not
Like clean,
fat.
no?
You use it for like you can use it for a person, like for someone who's very slim, or for food, like a meat that doesn't have a lot of fat on it, like
Yeah.
a cut of meat at the store randomly.
Exactly, like a non-fatty piece of
Yeah,
meat. No?
yeah.
You can say someone is lean or
Yeah.
the meat is lean. No?
Yes.
Okay. Or
It's
this.
a very multi-purpose word. I'm realizing things.
No, see, that's what I like about really paying attention to this stuff, because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know, you're not even aware of
Exactly.
of the different meanings and
Right,
stuff.
right.
Let's see. See. Sometimes I know this might look like stopping at every single sentence, but this is the way I do it, because I noticed that this is people like because other people like, okay, I'm gonna watch like 5 minutes of something, and then I give you like a list of stuff of words or expressions. I think that I lose people like that. I prefer like stopping every few seconds and like paying attention to the word or expression. Right?
Like it's the weather, like it's fucking hot. You remember when it was hot?
What did he say there? What is?
Like it's the weather, like it's fucking hot. You remember when it was hot? But now it's a little crazy a little bit. I figured that was better than just leaving. I was gonna just leave. But then there would have been a guy walking around Los Angeles who thinks I do really like hanging out there, and I was just trying to play it off. And that's annoying.
Okay, to play it off. How would you? Can you explain that expression in this context? How would you
Play
explain
it off. Yeah, like you were. See, again, I would say trying to play it cool. Like you were pretending you're doing something that you're not doing. Like,
Okay, exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
totally.
Okay.
Because I think you would explain it better. To play it off. Play it off. It's like
Pretend to be.
si pretender algo, ponerle como hacer como si fuera
Como
si
si
no
eres
fuese.
cool, ¿no? Cuando estás con un
Hacer-
amigo, oh, sí, le sigue el rollo, ¿no? Como
Seguirle
que-
el rollo, eso es, seguirle el rollo.
Seguirle
Pretender
el
que
rollo.
algo
Em,
no es.
Aquí, o sea, es como sigues el rollo, ¿no? Estás con una amiga y te está contando de algo.
Ajá.
Pero mismo no te interesa, pero tú finges que te interesa, te encanta.
Okay.
Como seguir el rollo.
So, yeah, in Spanish is the words are different. It's like to follow the vibe. It's like to follow the vibe.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
something like that, but the meaning is the same, really. To play it off, to play cool,
Exactly.
to follow the vibe.
Yes.
To whatever's going
Makes sense. Yeah.
on. You know? Okay.
What else? I host this show once in a while online, and I'm not gonna tell you what it is because you won't fucking look it up. I know how people work. And we have.
Well, it's just for the some people don't know. To look something up is to search for something, no?
Yeah.
Just for some people, because Spanish people, they have a lot of problems with phrasal verbs, with verbs that are
Well, because they look very similar to Spanish, but later they are different.
yeah.
So your brain didn't rely that are fake. Like
Right.
te
What's the
están
mo-
mintiendo, ¿no? Like-
what's the most difficult phrasal verb that you have ever come across, or that you can remember that you always got wrong at the beginning?
There is so many. I don't know now. Like,
See, there
still, I'm
are
making so many mistakes with phrasal verb.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe in 5 minutes I can't remember.
I always think of two that people that are really not that used in Spanish from Spanish speakers. It's to look up to someone and to look down on someone. Because Spanish people, they tend to say admire someone or despise someone. Because there are the expressions that come from Latin origin. Despreciar a alguien y admirar a alguien.
Right.
But in English, usually in a colloquial context, in a informal context, people say to look up to someone or to look down on someone. But a Spaniard would say, "Oh, I admire that dude so much," or "I despise the guy." But it's really, it's really formal. No, I would say more in a written context or something like
That's
that.
true. Yeah.
Personally, I don't use. But me, to
¿Tú
look
sabes
into
eso?
someone is like
Mira, es esto.
take care of someone. Or
To look up to y to look down on.
I don't use to look down.
To look down on, these two.
No, I don't use to look down on.
To look down on, you do use, no?
Never.
You never used it.
No.
But to look up to, you did,
Yes.
no? Okay, interesting. Yeah, but they are
But you
really
use?
they're opposite.
¿Tú lo usas?
Yo sí, he usado bastante. Porque allí because when I lived in Chicago, they said they use those expressions a lot. to look down on people. Like saying, oh, look at that, like in parties and stuff, they said, look at that guy looking down on people. Like they used that expression specifically, looking down on people.
Right. Like sometimes it could be. It's tricky because it could be about the person you're looking down on.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of like seeing their faults and like kind of like not like degrading them, but saying rude things about them.
Yeah.
Or looking down on someone could also describe someone's characteristics. Like you could be someone who thinks you are better than other people.
Yes, like
and
stuck
you
up, no?
look down on other people. And you're like, I'm better than... Yeah, stuck up. That's
Stuck
a good
up,
one.
no?
Yeah, that kind of...
Stuck up person.
that
Or
energy, yeah.
there's also the one, stuck up es como un chulito, un vacilón, un chuleta. Chulito, vacilón. Like this. You can say it in Spanish. Porque podemos salir un emoji. Salió aquí un SMS aquí por la cara. Chulito, vacilón. Vacilón. So you can say this too. Chulito o vacilón. Mira el chulito ese. Cómo me habla. Look at the way he talks to
Right.
me. Ese chulito.
Right.
Also, there's one, a douche. A douchebag.
Oh, yeah.
¿No? Este es como...
D-U-C-H-E,
Yeah,
I think. B-A-G. Or
douchebag.
maybe, I think there's an E. I don't know. I've never written it. It's more...
Yeah.
Formally.
No, I do know. Listen, I know that it's where old people do their number twos and number ones, right?
It's a medical device, yeah.
It's a medical device for old
Yes.
people, right?
But it's also
Para los
a
viejos,
term.
Se lo ponen para cuando tienen problema para un poquito desahogarse. Los abuelos en las residencias de ancianos.
Es que no sé lo que es.
It like
es
flushes you
es
out.
la bolsa que le ponen a los,
sí, vale.
a los
Eso.
viejos. Es eso. Pero es un insulto.
Yeah.
Pero es un insulto
yeah.
también.
Pues yo no lo
For a
usaba tampoco.
Yo te lo había
person
escuchado,
who's
pues,
like that.
douchebag.
Yo creo
Se
que es muy
dice.
americano esto, ¿eh?
Sí,
Es muy americano.
That's very American.
Y yo no salgo con tantos americanos.
Not even American. I think this is actually very from the Midwest or something, no? Or the Midwest of the States, or do you New Yorkers use it all?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I've heard it everywhere, yeah. Douchebag.
I heard douchebag, and also I heard a lot douche.
Douche, yeah.
Just
That's
douche.
honestly, that's probably more common.
Yeah,
Douche.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Like-
Yeah,
D-U-C-H-E,
C-H-E.
I think.
How is that?
D-U-C-H-E at the end. There's always a silent E, A. No,
Like-
just D-U-C-H, no G.
CH, no? Okay.
Yeah.
Like this, no?
With an E.
With douche. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
right.
what a
It's
douche.
Yeah, this I saw
I was
here.
driving and that person cut me off in traffic. What a douche. Like that kind of, like,
Yeah, this
that
yes.
kind of used, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's I think it's like that because the word. Hold on, let me see. Let me check here because the word exists. It's douche bag, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
Douchebag. Because it's like como fíjate, esto es que esto viene en francés me parece porque
See,
es como,
there's the medical device right there.
Look at this.
They're like, here it is.
Look at this.
Images.
A douche. Oh. See, but Google Images is smart because
Yeah.
they don't give it to you like for free. You know, like you don't go into Google Images and show you like straight up
Like a
douchebags.
bruh,
Like
yeah.
the oh look at this.
Right, exactly.
Like this thing. Es
Yeah.
como una ducha. Una
Sí.
ducha is like a douche, como ducha. Because there's the term ducha in Spanish, like for shower. Shower, we usually use ducha.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's enough about that topic. We went deep.
This topic was so disgusting, you know, like I think that
Yeah,
you
the site-
That's how we do it. That's how we do the PALIQUEO creep.
In the other day, right? And so, shut up. And so, I walked up to her on a lunch break and I said, listen, I got something. Okay? I don't know what, maybe it's not full on 100% psychic powers, but you gotta tell me what it is. And she's like, okay. And I said, 10 times out of 10, I could tell whether or not a person's Asian by just walking behind him and looking at him.
Oh, you know, this is just not off topic. It's related to this. Do you know how to differentiate Koreans, Japanese, and Chinese?
No.
Apparently, I mean, don't take this take this with a grain of salt. But I heard that Japanese, they have their eyes like the tip of their eyes, the
Yeah.
outer tips of their eyes. going up,
Okay.
upwards. The Chinese is in the middle,
Okay.
like also like Asian, but
Right.
in the more in the
Okay.
middle, like this. And Koreans,
They
they have it
point
down, pointing down. So if you look
In
up
general,
images,
in
like
general.
this is like a feature, like a common feature.
Okay.
But usually, if
never
you
heard
look
that.
at
It's a tip.
pictures,
Tips.
I don't know. Oh,
What?
because he mentioned Asians, no? Here, yeah. So I don't. Oh yeah, I watched this on a TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So
who knows?
reliable source. So it's
Yeah,
a reliable
yeah,
source.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna be switching because I like to keep it like under 10 minutes or so per thing. All right. So this is the stand-up comedian. Now, another thing that I had prepared, because I had prepared 2 TV shows, but this was more prepared for Sophia, because she mentioned that she likes the White Lotus, the White Lotus, and the other TV show, Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul. Son dos TV shows.
Where is she from?
She's American too, but she didn't tell me exactly from which state. She told me that she was a little bit from all over. Oh, no, wait, or this was the girl from Texas? No, yes, this was for the girl from Texas. Yeah,
Okay.
Texas. This is the one that mentioned that she likes two-step, the dance, two-step, the Texas dance.
I think I didn't read that.
Okay, so it's on the group. It's on the group. She brought it up. She brought it up on the group. Yeah, but she will probably come on next January. January, because she said that she had a cold. But anyway, so I think we're gonna leave maybe these 2 shows when she comes over, because she might be more excited about this.
Okay.
And now we're gonna talk about a topic that I think would be interesting. It's about height and weight.
Okay.
Height and weight.
Okay.
Okay. Altura y peso. Entonces, quiero ver un poco aquí. I'm gonna show you an extreme case of a guy. This is the only case recorded on history of a person that was in his same lifetime both a dwarf and a giant. His name was here. I'll show you. So this is the guy, Adam Rayner.
Okay.
So this guy, he was born in 1899, and he died in 1950. So he died at 51. So apparently they measure him because that medical condition apparently was because at that time they usually use these people for fairs, like a spectacle.
Right.
To go around fairs and stuff. So this guy was Hungarian, and they measure him. Where was this? Let me see. Oh yeah, they measure him, and he was measured at let's see, 122. I'm gonna show you a little bit closer. He was measured at 122 centimeters when he was in 1917, so at the age of 18.
Right.
Quite short.
Yes, like a
Yeah.
dwarf, really, like literally a
Right.
dwarf. And he died, when he died, he was 140, no, what was this?
Going down. 200.
218 when he was 33.
Oh my god, size 20. He could sleep up.
Yeah, so
Obviously.
Right.
so check it out. And this is the only case, because there are a lot of cases in history of dwarfs, like dwarfism. Like this is a medical condition.
Right.
This is not.
But
It's
there's one person, one lady. She recently was traveling from Turkey to United States.
But she was both, like in the same life. She was a dwarf and then a giant. She became a giant.
No. I think she was always
Okay.
like that.
Because
Right.
the funny thing here's the picture. Look,
I've never heard of the
this is the
transformation.
this is the picture. See, look, he was in the same life, a giant and a dwarf.
How'd they get him in the same picture?
I think they're taking like it's just taking like they put it together or something.
I think it's nowadays with Photoshop.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just photoshopped. I think. Like I think this was him, and this was him when he was like 33 or something. So,
Oh my
anyways, this is
God.
a fun issue. Now, another thing. Now, this is just like an anecdote. Now, I want you to guess which countries would be the ones that have the tallest people and the shortest people in the
I
world.
wanna be the first. I wanna be the first.
Okay.
I know one. I know.
Do
I
you?
know.
Okay.
I already say one of the in the record Guinness. One of the girl is a woman. I think that she's 33 years
Okay.
old from Turkey.
Okay, so, but she is the tallest person like in the world, no?
Yes.
In Turkey. But I'm asking like, as an average, which countries do you think, as an average, would have the tallest people in the world? Or what area of the world, let's
Well,
say?
I
What
mean-
area of the world? What would you say?
That's tricky, but I could say Americans or Norwegian.
That's
Okay,
what I was
that's a
gonna
good guess.
say.
That's
I
a-
was gonna say Scandinavia.
Scandinavians.
I was just there, and I was like, "Hello!" like,
Okay.
I said
I don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
You guys are smart. Look, I mean, I didn't know. I guess it's a.
Is that
It's a good
Iceland
guess.
out there?
Look, this is an average height by country in meters.
210?
Look,
What?
this is. Hold on. Let me see if I can. So this is below. So the yellow, the brightest yellow, is minus.
Must be for guys, eh? That must be for guys.
This is
Or
like
in general.
average
Yeah.
for citizens in general. Like
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Average population, population in general. It doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't differentiate between genders. So this is the brightest yellow is below 165, and the bright red is over 180. So as you can see, the countries with the tallest people are the Scandinavians and the mid European, the mid, not the mid, the mid and Eastern Europeans. All the Scandinavian, like Danish, Finnish,
Right.
Swedish, Germans, people from Netherlands, and Eastern Europeans. These are the tallest. Have you met a lot of people from these countries? And
Yeah.
were they so
I
tall?
have not.
No?
Just visiting,
Just
I
visit-
have, but like traveling, not so much. No.
No, but there is plenty here. Actually, in Fuengirola, you can find a community.
Really?
de escandinavos, dices,
Sí.
¿no? En general, ¿no? O sea, de Dinamarca,
Sí, en plan, o sea, es súper famoso. O sea,
Sí, sí,
medio
because-
Fuengirola son
Fuengirola is like a bubble.
finlandeses, daneses y
Mira, le voy a decir
finlandeses,
a,
daneses.
le voy a decir a Olivia para que vea ella. So, hold on. Douche. Okay, this is like
We
a
have
weird,
quite a
like,
list.
whatever I write next
Yeah.
is gonna be ridiculous next
Okay.
to that word. Okay, so, mira, danés, ¿tú sabías? Danés es Danish. Danés. Noruego is Norwegian. Noruego. Y Swedish es sueco, ¿no?
Swedish, sueco.
Sueco. Sueco es Swedish.
Oh, you know, there is a funny things about sueco. No te hagas el sueco.
El sueco, eso, cuéntale esa cuéntale, sí.
We use an expression, and we say, no te hagas el sueco. I'm making you a question, and this person, he doesn't reply you. He doesn't answer, he doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
It's like, thinking.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, no te hagas el sueco. Como,
It's like,
respóndeme.
but explain, like, try to explain in English what it actually is literally, like, to make yourself, to pretend that you're from Sweden. That's what it means literally. Because apparently,
that's a personality trait.
I
of
guess but Swedish people, they usually very cold,
They just take
so they
their
are like
time.
distance, like.
Yeah.
I see.
So you look like a Swedish person. So, no, hacerse el sueco, like
I
pretend
see.
you're Swedish.
I see.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
like the feeling. I mean, the emotion. They don't show you emotion. You are talking with them. They don't reply. You mention something funny or you make questions. And
Right.
if they don't know, they don't reply. In Spain, normally you will say, I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea.
Right. But very reserved.
And when we call
Yeah.
someone,
Okay.
oh, no te hagas el sueco.
Se dice
te
mucho-
estoy preguntando y no dices nada, aunque lo sabes.
Se dice mucho, los profesores a los alumnos se lo dicen mucho, the teacher to the student.
Yeah.
Because say, mira Manolo, no te hagas el sueco. No te
I
hagas,
see.
don't pretend like you're not listening.
I
Like,
see. I see.
You can try this expression tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, right. With the kids. Like, oh my God.
like say to me, like, Rafa, no te hagas el sueco.
No,
Like,
no te hagas
el
Sí.
sueco.
el
sueco.
sueco. No te hagas el sueco.
Exactamente.
Okay. No te hagas.
Te pega la expresión esa, espérate, hacerse el sueco.
Okay.
Hacerse
Hacerse
el sueco.
Okay.
Like this. All right. Otra que también se puede decir es hacerse el lila. Hacerse, ¿no? Esa es otra, ¿no? Hacerse
Yo no sé si es hacerse lila o no seas lila.
No, también las dos, pero son distintas. It's another one is hacerse el lila is like to pretend you're dumb.
Pero yo diría hacerse el tonto, pero bueno, ya es que él es más suave y yo soy más
Claro.
directa.
See, this is the discussion we always, Minerva and I, we always have this kind of discussions because I was raised in a really like rough area of Malaga, so we have a like really specific niche words that I usually overextend to the overall population of Spain.
Like, normally we don't use, but he does.
Okay.
Okay, he's special. He does, and he has a huge range of variety about these words.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
But you're right because oh, you know what? Oh shit, I forgot. Remind me this because every time, see, when I show videos with audio, it switches automatically to the screen on the stream. But if I show stuff, I need to press 0. So I was forgetting to press 0.
how
Okay.
we can know this? We forgot.
I forgot. But because it doesn't have sound, so I need to press it manually.
I see.
I need to remember.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah, I'll show you. So, and the shortest countries?
Well, I
Look.
think it's Asia.
Asians and Africans.
Well, that's about Africans.
Look.
I can see
Like
Africans
Chinese?
very tall.
Yeah, I actually, I don't know if I
I-
know anyone from
No,
Africa.
northern Africa. That's northern Africa.
Okay, maybe
let's say.
South Africa is
But look.
because the French.
Los pygmies, ¿sabes los pigmeos y todo esto? I think it's pygmies, ¿no? You know, these African
Yes.
dwarfs?
Yes.
Not dwarfs, because it's just they're like a very short race.
Yeah.
Really?
Of
No
black
idea.
people. ¿Sabes los pigmeos?
No.
Son así como pygmies, mira.
¿Me está hablando de
Pygmies.
personas?
Sí, son negros. Pygmies.
¿Eso qué es? ¿Un animalito?
No,
Ah,
no,
vale.
Esta gente, mira.
¿Ah, sí?
Like they're really short. Let's see. I think these are. It's like a tribe of Africans, pygmies from Central Africa. See?
No idea. And you?
I've heard of it, generally,
Like
but I
pygmies.
don't know a lot about it.
Really short. Anyway, so I just thought I just wanted to bring this as a conversation starter to talk about how important is height for you. Because I always hear, I
that's
always
great.
Our own height, or
Wow.
No.
There's
the,
so much.
the guys'
Guys.
heights.
Oh,
guys' heights.
okay.
Because I always, this is a discussion because I always hear girls saying, I would never date a
Yeah.
guy who's shorter than me.
Right,
Okay,
right.
great.
I see.
I have an opinion about that. Personally, I don't like guys.
Dilo en español esto.
Ah, mira, a mí no me gustan los chicos más bajitos que yo.
Ajá.
Vale, y luego los españoles normalmente pues no son muy altos, tampoco bajitos, 1,70 m, por ahí,
Sí,
algo
sí.
así, puede ser. Hay algunos bajitos. Entre los chicos se está creando una especie de complejo en el cual cada vez quieren ser más altos. ¿Has visto? Hay chicos que utilizan... Joder.
Heels, ¿no? Tacones, ¿no?
No, o sea,
Platforms.
no, esto que se le pone
Oh,
al zapato aquí
soles.
debajo.
Soles, ¿no?
Insoles.
Insoles.
¿Qué
sí.
decirlo en español? Tampoco.
Suelas, ¿no? Suelas gordas, ¿no? Suelas.
Sí, es que dentro
Plantillas,
del zapato...
plantillas.
Exactly, yeah, in the
es
shoe.
como la
In the shoe,
plantilla
yeah.
lo pone.
Yeah.
Calzadores, ¿no?
Calzadores,
Plantillas,
algo
calzadores
así,
o algo así.
Algo así,
Ajá.
para parecer más altos.
Right.
Pero ahora hay algo que es novedoso, al parecer, y es que los hombres cada vez solicitan más operarse el
Really?
fémur,
What?
lo cortan
I've heard of
y
this.
hasta pueden crecer 5 centímetros.
Really?
Well, you can check news. Check news and
My
show.
brother wanted to do it. He was like, I want to be taller, and I was like,
That's crazy.
it's not worth it.
That's
It's not worth it.
it's really bad
messed
because
up.
they will have an operation.
Right.
Later they have like
On your
literally-
legs, like
literally,
what?
Literally, they
Yeah.
cut
Yeah.
the fémur and they put like some tools, tornillos. Que no
O
sé decirlo.
nails, ¿no?
Yeah.
Screws, ¿no? Screws, ¿no?
Ah, sí, eso.
Yeah.
To
To
make
like
longer
extend,
to
to make it
extend.
longer,
Yeah.
yeah.
So your bones need to grow. If your bones are not growing, there's huge chance
You have
that
a broken bone.
yes, there is
yeah.
chance that you cannot,
Like
you won't
this,
be
no?
able to talk, to
Right,
walk.
right, right.
Is it like this? Like, So they put you like some kind of like leg brackets, no? Like,
No, but this is like to guarantee that it's not moving.
Okay.
Because your bones need to grow.
I see.
It's like a way to set them and hold them in place. Yeah.
I see.
But apparently there is plenty of people who are requesting for that.
I see what it is. So they break. Let's show it here. So they break the bone like on a part of the bone, like they break it in a piece, no, in an area, and then they put.
I mean, they literally cut and put inside.
Like a rod.
Like a screw, yeah. They put a
Siempre
screw.
se me olvida.
And so the bone around the screw grows and it fixes the bone together again, no?
Yeah, they put like new bone, but I think it's more like callo o algo, el cartílago o algo.
Cartilage, no?
Cartilage, yeah.
Cartilage, I think it is, yeah.
But there is like apparently on news, like TV, newspapers, they're showing that, and it became to be more and more popular.
Okay.
Especially people from China.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because Chinese people are really, really short, yeah.
But also in general, if you have a shorter population, is height so much of a issue, right?
Yeah,
But that's
because girls wouldn't care as much.
Right, it's relative.
I mean, girls also worry.
Okay, so you said
Are you dating with a short girl?
no, but listen, because you did say that you would never date a guy that's shorter than you, right?
No, I think I say that I don't like. I never say that I
You
don't
would
like.
prefer.
You would prefer.
But you wouldn't call it out.
Okay, now let's switch it over.
I don't want to pretend to be.
Let's switch it over to Olivia then. So, would you ever date a guy who's shorter than you?
I feel like it would be difficult because I'm so short.
Because you're short,
That's
yeah.
I really, honestly,
I
I've
hear
never
you, I hear
encountered
you.
the problem because I'm like 5'1".
You
So,
have 5'1"? 5'1"?
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what, 1'6"?
I know this, 154 centimeters.
54, that's short.
It's short. So it's very rare I encounter anyone
Yeah,
shorter than me, so
that
I'm
would
just
be
like,
really
How many
rare.
height is?
No,
You didn't
ella es
know this,
bajita,
really?
Es bajita.
Yeah.
She's really short.
Está bien. Para chicas, las chicas españolas son más bajitas. Mi madre es más baja.
Bueno, sí, la antigua generación.
Old generation.
The older generation.
No,
Yeah.
but there's so
Very true,
many Spanish girls. They are 150, 155.
So let me ask you. Let me
But
put it
in
like.
Spain, because the population guys are shorter.
Right.
But in the United States, like people are.
Exactly, right. For the United States, I'm short.
But
Right.
here you have
Yeah.
normal measure.
Yeah.
You could check
Yeah.
check the ranking.
The average for the average height for the US, you mean?
No, for Spain.
The average height for
Yes,
Spain.
It's
Okay.
something like that. I think
think
the
it's
average is
170.
Of women.
The average for the girls is 164.
promedio.
163. The average for the girl.
Right.
Mujeres. A ver, let's see. So apparently it's 162 for women, 176 for men. That's a huge difference. Oh, that can't be, no? 176 for men and 162 for women. That's too
How
much.
old are you?
I'm 181. 181.
Okay, my brother is
Centimeters, 181. Well, how much is that in
My
in
brother
inches?
is
I think I'm
186,
6.
and my boyfriend, he doesn't count.
What is
No.
it?
He doesn't count.
Centimeters
He's not Spanish, so he's not a
Okay,
Spanish.
okay.
to inches. A ver. Let's see how much am I. I think I am exactly 6 feet, I think.
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah, I don't
understand
know.
this about the feet. This is the
See,
American.
I don't understand the sentence. I was just talking about this because it's funny to me to measure something tall like a person in such a tiny unit of measurement. So like to me, I see how feet is a funny
Look.
word, but also
Can
like
I lie?
centimeters. Like you could
I
have
don't
done like
understand
what?
it.
Look, I'm gonna cheat a little. Can I cheat?
Okay.
Because look, if I say I'm 181,
Yeah.
I'm 5'9".
0.38. You round
But if I
up.
say I'm 184, I'm exactly 6 feet.
Exactly. It depends on the day. You shrink through the day. Maybe in the morning.
If I feel
You're
really
184.
if I feel really confident and stand really
Right.
like, tall,
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet. I'm
Right.
6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I think I'm tall for Spanish standards. I'm tall.
Yeah,
for
I
Spanish
agree.
standards. Now, but let's break it down because you said okay, both of you prefer, in your case, because you're really short.
Yeah.
But would you agree in the statement that says that women, shorter women are more attractive than taller women in general, not taking into account the rest of the features, just the height, and men are more attractive if they're taller?
No.
on the same...
I don't think so. I mean, I think if it were true, I feel like it would be like a societal pressure type of thing, like a dominance thing, like, oh, you want to feel like protective or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't know the case. You know what I mean? But if that was a feature that you did prefer, I feel like those like cultural norms could play a part in the height, because I mean, I feel like everybody has their own preference. You know what I mean? Just like any other feature on a person, you could be like, generally I'm attracted to taller people or shorter people or blonde people or like whatever it is. So
I got you. Yeah.
that's just my opinion though.
Yeah. And also, for example, in your case, Minerva, let's say, I'm going to give you a specific example. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. A guy who is 10 centimeters shorter than you, but the guy...
Just gonna say 10 centimeters.
That's a lot. It's like, what is that?
10 centimeters
150?
shorter, 10 centimeters shorter than you. Shorter, o sea, tú mides uno...
How much is 10 centimeters?
10 centimeters
Like,
is like
10
this.
centimeters.
with your hand. Like, I
this
can't
is 10
picture it.
centimeters.
Like a
okay,
glass,
okay,
like a
okay.
glass,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
10 centimeters. So 10 centimeters
I don't
shorter than
understand
you.
feet, but
I can picture a foot. A foot is like that.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's 1/3 of a foot. How many inches?
12 inches in a foot. I don't know the centimeters.
It's 3 inches, no? Yeah, I think it's 3 inches, no? 10 centimeters.
3 inches in a no. 3 inches in a centimeter now.
No, how much is it?
What
No,
is
yeah, 4 inches. 4 inches. 10 centimeters is 4 inches.
Venga,
Okay.
suelta
4
lo
inches.
que
Okay.
me
Pues eso, mira, si te coges un hombre que es 10 centímetros más bajo que tú, pero le gusta hacer todo lo que tú haces y gana el doble que tu novio.
There's no any guys perfect. All of them, they are
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what you are pretending, and also it's not about the money. It doesn't fucking care.
Right.
You know, like, you have
Okay.
someone annoying you all day. How
Right.
the hell you can be with that?
Right.
No, I think that's a...
So it's not that important then, the height.
Pero tú estás especulando, tío.
No, yeah, no,
Sí.
because the reason I'm bringing this up is because I do have girlfriends, female friends, who they straight up just tell me, because I have trust with them. I trust them. They know me.
Yeah.
So it's
Guy
not
or
like
girl?
I just met you. It's like today I just met you. Maybe
Right.
you feel more, but they know me and they say, Rafa, no matter if the guy is like twice as interesting as my boyfriend,
Yeah.
but he makes twice as much money as my boyfriend and
Right.
whatever. He's the coolest guy, but he's like not maybe 2 centimeters, but like 4 inches
Right.
shorter. I would never date him.
I mean...
They tell me like that straight up.
Because a guy he cannot be attractive is shorter than me, 10 centimeters, you know? Like, it means that he's 150.
Yeah, that's
Right.
short.
150 is like that.
Right.
really short.
The screen. I want the
Exactly.
screen to record myself. 150 is like that.
Okay.
Exactly.
Jesus? No, it's
Right.
not. Like,
And I think also sometimes it's like the I don't know, at least in my observation, it can be like the compensation for height as well. Like people who think their personality has to be
Yes.
so much bigger because
Yeah.
they are physically smaller, but it just comes off as like really overpowering and like kind of like a performance. And I'm like, no, I just want to know who you are. You don't have to do all this extra stuff. Like I feel like that can be a pattern sometimes.
Now, Rafa,
That's
it's
interesting,
your,
yeah.
It's your turn. Tell her.
Sí, sí.
What do you think about the girls? Come on.
About girls. Ask me.
Right, turn the table.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will you be dating with a girl who is 152 centimeters? 152
Yeah.
centimeters? You are 180? So it's like,
100%. No, actually, I love short girls.
but
Yeah.
she never wear high heels.
I don't care.
Okay.
I like it. Yeah. No.
What about tall? We didn't ask the other
Oh,
side.
yeah. That's, sorry, I forgot. I have to mention that. It's
Because
very important.
he actually
I
asked the
have
wrong
an
way,
important
because-
question. Imagine that you are dating with a girl. She's American. Let's
Okay.
pretend because you love American girls. I can see in your face.
I mean, that's
And
the...
she is 182, which could be, because we have basketball player and volleyball.
How much?
182 centimeters. I don't
Okay.
understand what
Same as me.
feet.
Okay.
The same as you.
And she's really cute and she's really smart. She's funny. She's interesting.
I mean,
She's
could be,
outgoing.
I don't know.
No? she's got like
I don't know her.
she's got the whole no
I don't
because
know
you,
her, you
you
know?
got I mean if you
Nah.
tell me like a random girl who is like boring and she doesn't do whatever.
No, I think in all contexts, I think we would assume it's someone you're interested in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only deciding factor is the
Aye,
height.
there you
thing.
go, there
It's
you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Either way, you're like, yeah, that's a cool person, but like the only
Okay,
thing
in the
is the height.
same
She's 1 centimeter taller than you, which
listen,
is nothing.
if you give me the
basically.
155 and the 180 and they're exactly the same personality, same thing, everything, I pick the 155.
180, she must be top model, eh? Don't forget that.
But if the 180
point.
yeah. She must be top model
Mm-hmm.
or German girl.
yeah, like my friend Chimo, El Chimo,
That could be true, no?
Yeah.
El Chimo, she tells me that he would never date a taller girl. He would never, because he would feel not
Too short.
ashamed. Yeah, he would feel like weird with her, around
Imagine
her.
that you want to kiss her.
Yeah. But
On
that's fine.
tiptoes.
Okay, let's switch it up. Let's switch it up because we talked quite a bit about this. So now let's switch it up to weight because we're talking about height. El peso.
Bueno. Eso ya es más crítico, ¿eh? Aquí no queremos hacer bullying.
No. Aquí somos todos. Everybody. This is a respectful talk. So. I want you to guess the same thing, the same question. I want you to guess which countries or which area of the world has the highest rate of obesity.
Oh, that's super easy.
I feel like it's the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's super
North
easy.
North America.
I feel like stereotypically.
I support your belief.
Okay, let's see. Let's see
Was
if
I
you
right?
guessed it right.
Is it red?
There you go.
Yeah, there we
Boom.
go.
There you go.
I didn't know
The US.
Australia.
Yeah,
That's
Me
interesting.
neither.
This is crazy stuff. Check it out. This is
Wow.
over 30%. Let me show here. Over 30% of the North American population is diagnosed as obese. Also, for some reason,
It's just
people in
Arabia Saudi, no?
the Middle East, yeah, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, no? This pretty much one of the parts in the Middle East is also over 30%, and the very the most southern part of the Africa also. Oh, South Africa, okay, and then Australia.
What
the
is
less-
that country out there?
Which one?
That island.
Sweet.
Oh,
No,
the UK?
out below Japan.
New Zealand?
No.
No.
Just Japan.
Oh,
no,
this is
Japan's up.
no, Japan
Oh,
is
okay.
here.
Yeah.
What is
I'm
no?
just-
This is
I'm
this
not
is
good at
Indonesia.
countries.
No, what is this?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
I think it's Indonesia. But anyway, so apparently it's really the UK, North America,
Yeah.
the Middle East, South Africa, and
Australia.
Australia. So look at this. It's really the Anglo-Saxon,
I would say
the
Philippines.
most Anglo-Saxon part of the world.
Well, that's normal, no? If they only eat
¿Tú por qué crees que
hamburger,
por qué crees que esto ocurre, Minerva? ¿Por qué crees que
mean,
esto ocurre?
It's not because I believe, it's because what the science say. Because they are eating burgers, they don't have properly meal, they don't cook, and they only have for break 30 minutes or 20 minutes. For
Okay.
So yeah,
while they're working.
I agree. I think it's a lifestyle thing that then trickles down into how they are eating because they're so busy. Like you say, they have quick food. They don't have time to make.
And also, they
real
don't have
stuff.
in the culture. They don't have this culture like about preparing meal
Exactly.
or cooking. Myself, I was living in Australia, and the most common food is also burgers.
Right.
Like very nice meal. Like the plate was decorated well, really nice, like
Right.
fancy, but it was a burger.
Right. And also, I've noticed, at least living here
Okay.
just for a short time, like people say the portions are bigger.
There you go.
And they are.
That's
They're
huge.
huge in the States.
Yeah.
So you're eating fast food. You're not like taking like actual vegetables and making your dinner. You're getting a takeaway dinner or driving through or whatever, and then you're also eating more of it so that, and also just I feel like because people say that stress also plays a big part into like
Your body.
weight and
Yeah.
general health, and I feel like the pace of life in the US is so fast. Generally people are overwhelmed and stressed. That probably like adds
Yeah,
up and just adds another like.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I
way
even
for it to
noticed
be
with myself.
difficult.
I think because the stress, I got fat, and now I can lose the kilogram. I mean, I don't fat. I'm not fat. I got kilograms,
Right.
and I cannot put put
Right.
away.
Yeah.
I'm could be the stress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And in the United States, you can see the people walking all day with a cup of coffee
Right.
in the hands.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's because they don't have time to sit down, chill out,
Exactly.
and enjoy their coffee.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which here in Spain,
Yeah.
if you are drinking coffee, it means you having time to taste.
Right. And that's something I had to learn. Like, because, like you said, like, it's, I mean, like when I lived in New York, it's like you get your coffee, you're in a hurry, you're on the line. Oh, I just got my coffee. Okay, now I'm going to drink it on the train, on the bus to work, right? And then I'm at work and, oh, I have 20 minutes for lunch. Let me eat, like, I don't know, a cracker.
Yeah.
And then you work, and then you finally are done. And you're so hungry by the end of the day. You're so tired. You're so stressed.
Binge eating, no?
Yeah,
You say
you'll
that, no?
eat whatever is easiest, right?
Yeah.
You don't have the energy to cook a whole meal, right? You might have a family. I don't know.
Yeah.
So literally the general lifestyle.
Yeah, I
contributes.
agree with the stress factor that you guys brought up, because I think stress is one of the main, the pull creeps, no? You say pull creeps? The main...
The culprits.
The culprits.
Yes,
Culprits
yes.
of this whole epidemic of obesity, because it doesn't matter what people say. I think extremes are really bad. Extremes, like, but I'm not saying people are guilty of being obese. I'm saying maybe the way the society is structured, the expectations that maybe society have from their citizens, make them follow a lifestyle that they wouldn't like to.
Exactly.
And they end up being like that.
I think it's most like you don't have time. Like, how can you be cooking if they're expecting you to have 20 minutes for lunch? It's impossible.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you eat?
And like you don't
Pasta.
leave. That's also the thing. Like you don't leave work in the States to eat. So whatever you're eating, you have to bring with you, and you probably have to pack it at like 6 a.m. before you go to work. So people like are grabbing whatever they can, right? They're not taking the time to prepare it. And also, I've noticed in the U.S., healthy food, fresh fruits and vegetables are very expensive.
Yeah.
So the average person isn't buying like quality food for the week and cooking with that. They're buying the cheapest thing, which is the unhealthy thing.
I noticed that when I was there, people love quantity over quality. Like they have these huge like milk jars.
Oh, yeah,
in the
I know
US,
that.
man,
I
that's
know.
insane. Because I love chocolate milk. I like chocolate milk.
Yeah.
Like el puleva. Here we call it puleva. It's like an old brand of chocolate milk.
Okay.
Puleva in Spain. But when I was little, I remember I used to drink like 33 milliliters bricks, like bottles.
Yes.
Like really small.
Little,
Really
like
small,
juice
like
box.
a can of Coke.
Can.
Like a can of Coke, yeah.
Yeah.
But in the States, they have jars. It's like a gallon. A gallon is like, what is it? Like
That's
3
how we
liters?
buy milk in a gallon.
A gallon of
It's
milk.
like I can't just. It's like
Huge.
that size.
Yeah.
Really?
It's. I think it's. Two. Is it two quarts? 2 quarts in a gallon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like here you buy about a quart, like a box of milk.
Okay,
That,
in
a gallon
Australia,
would be
they
2
are
of those.
selling 1 liters or 2 liters.
Gallon,
2
3.7.
liters.
3.7.
Because it's fresh.
Right.
United States is fresh.
3.7 liters.
Okay, because
It's a
otherwise you
gallon.
cannot
Right.
keep.
You can't
Okay.
use it all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, guys, let's switch it up. So now we talked about height and weights. Now let's switch it up to an interesting topic. Let's see what you think about this. Twins.
It's good that you're finishing up with the food because you know
love
No, siempre al final me meto en comida,
sí,
tío.
además es que siempre igual.
Eh,
O sea, es como, wow, estamos llegando a la hora de la cena.
Exactly. Exactly.
Venga, vamos a hablar de
Vale.
hamburguesa. Vamos,
Yeah,
vamos.
exactly.
Que luego hay que comer.
A ver, ¿esto qué es? No, mira, twins. Okay, let's see this article. This is about from the Independent. ¿Qué hora es? 9:48, ¿no?
No, we have time.
Vale.
Checking.
Twin sisters. Like, check. This is crazy stuff. So let's. Oh, sorry. I thought it was showing. Here, twin sisters married to identical twin brothers
Oh my God.
reveal how they had kids at the same time.
What?
Apparently, I read this article, and they're American, I think.
I was gonna say this is a very American thing to do.
from Virginia. Look at Brittany and Brianna. No? They married Josh and Jeremy, and they had their kids a few months from each other. So they became huge on social media because they are both twins. They married pretty much at the same time. They are the same age, and they had their kids within months from each other. But apparently they did not plan on that. No planeaban nada. ¿Qué pasó? O sea, porque como tienen como un biorritmo, they have like their own pace, inner pace or whatever.
Oh, like you mean like twin
internal
telepathy.
clock, like
I've
the mindset, the twin minds or whatever.
Yeah. Like they're connected. Yeah.
And look at this. I mean,
I feel like honestly, it's interesting though to see how two sets of twins could make two different looking babies.
Yeah.
I feel like the babies should be swapped.
But the baby
I feel like that baby
Right.
more looks like them, and that baby more looks like them, even though they're twins. Like the slight differences. I don't know.
Yeah, the kids, you can see the difference. Also could be because the photo or
Yeah.
okay, let's talk about twins. Have you met any twins in your life, Minerva?
Yeah.
¿Has conocido? ¿Sí?
yeah.
Twins, yeah.
And you?
Yo he conocido pocos, ¿eh?
Yo
I mean, maybe 3.
Unos. Y, en concreto, a ellas las llamaron para hacer la peli esta que se hizo tan famosa de la gemela.
De las Olsen Swiss,
Sí.
Olsen Swiss
Ellas iban a
sisters.
hacerla, que lo iban a hacer, pero el padre se negó.
Okay.
Pero no son tan parecidas.
Las Olsen twins,
Sí.
¿no? Okay. Yeah,
Incluso
yeah.
las Olsen twins no. You can see
They must
the
be
difference.
our age, no? By now, no? The Olsen twins, they should be maybe in their 30s, no? Or
Yeah.
something.
I think
33
so.
or
Yeah.
35?
Yeah.
But they have like some healthy problem or sick health problem. Like they look different. Like you can see.
I think they have an issue with drugs or something. Well, at least one of them, I think.
Maybe.
Anyway, so look at this. This is another article. Okay, no, this is about
No.
bone
leg
stretching.
extension
Bone stretching.
surgery.
Let me see. Let me close this. This is the pygmies. Okay. We close this. Oh no, sorry. I was have a bunch of stuff here. Oh, the other one was this. Here it is. 9 incredible stories about identical twins. Now this is true stuff. Apparently, this is twin mothers who gave birth on the same day. So they gave birth in a 2-hour span in Ohio. But their due dates were different. But
Right.
they had their twins exactly within a 2-hour span. Because apparently they say that twins they have like an inner thing going on that if you get pregnant, even if you are due a month before or later, if your twin sister is also pregnant, you connect in somehow and you can have your, maybe not the same day, but really, really close to the other twin.
I hear something also. The moon could affect them.
The moon, yeah, I don't know.
Luna, porque los movimientos de la luna, el ciclo
The moon,
lunar,
los ciclos lunares, ¿no?
afectan mucho a eso.
Okay. No sabía yo eso. O sea, la luna te afecta a parir, pero a los twins o in general to pregnant women?
En
To
general,
have-
pero en general,
Yeah,
creo.
in general. I mean, that's like with women's, I don't know if this is like too far, but like periods, like women
Yeah.
and periods.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could be have completely different cycles, but if you are together for like a few days to a week, your next cycle, you will start to have your period at the same time.
Is that
And
true? Is that true
it's
though?
true.
Yes,
Yeah?
that's true.
It's happened to me many times
Yes.
in my life. And I didn't think it sounds crazy. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Like on
And-
summer camps and stuff like
yes,
that, no?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's 100% true. So and that's with could be with a sister, or it could just be friends who are meeting. It could be, a university. It could
can
be
you explain
wherever.
that in Spanish? Like the cycle, sharing.
I don't know if I can.
I know it's a challenge. I know it's a challenge. but
How do
I'm
you
just
say period in Spanish?
regla.
No, periodo.
Periodo, regla.
No,
Periodo?
regla es muy vulgar. Tú dices
Bueno.
periodo, que es lo mismo.
Periodo, okay.
Periodo, sí, sí.
Okay.
Porque es que es igual. En plan, para ella es más fácil.
Sí, sí, sí.
Porque
Periodos.
Periodo, okay.
Tú puedes escuchar ambas palabras. Nosotros diremos regla, pero tú si dices periodo es como cuando vas al médico o algo.
Ajá.
Del inglés al español es igual, solo añades una O.
Y cycle es ciclo. Ciclo.
Okay, so cuando hay muchas mujeres y how am I gonna say this?
It's okay.
Ellas tienen ciclos diferentes, pero cuando hacen mucho tiempo juntos, pasan mucho tiempo juntos.
Pasan tiempo juntos.
Los ciclos
Cambia.
cambia.
Synchronize.
Synchronize, that's what I'm trying to say.
Sincroniza.
Sincroniza.
Sí.
Y pasa al mismo tiempo.
Perfect. You see, guys, this is just an example. You see, her Spanish is not that fluent, but she's really making an effort to try to find those words in her database, you know, in her brain, in her Spanish brain. Everybody has a Spanish brain and an English brain. You just have to try and find the right entries, you know. Okay, so the twins. Okay, another story. The British, look at this. The British school with 20 sets of twins. Isn't that crazy? So it's a school
Dang.
with 20 sets of twins in the same school.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
There is some dates there because no. Okay.
I mean dates like when this was when this happened.
This past September. Okay, I think that there is a huge chance because nowadays people are using more treatments to have kids
Okay.
in vitro.
Okay.
So I think that there's more twins now than before.
Okay.
Because can you plan to have twins, or do you think that treatment
No, it's because the treatment
causes
they put like
more twins?
yeah they put the treatment they put like 4 or 5 and you can have twins or
You're just more likely to have multiple. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
there's a story about that too, about multiple twins. Where was this? Well, these two cases are really crazy. Identical twins who reunited after 35 years. So apparently,
okay, that's pretty weird. That's true.
yeah, they didn't. I mean, they never met. I mean, they didn't meet in their childhood. So they both edited their high school newspapers, studied, and then when they met each other 35 years later, apparently they had so many things in common about their lives. This is crazy stuff. Look at. They both edited their high school newspapers, studied film at university, became writers. They made it at 35 when they were 35. Oh, the truth was hidden on their adoptive parents, and also. Anyways, I'm not gonna go too much into detail, but they had like a bunch of different things in common, but being so far away from each other. What do you think about this? Do you think having a twin like connects you even if you don't have any actual physical link with your twin?
I mean, I don't know because I'm not a twin, but based on, because I mean, even before this, I have heard stories like that. You know, I've heard similar experiences. So I would say, yeah, I don't understand how, but like,
I have a question now.
Yeah.
Mellizos y gemelos, ¿cómo eran mellizos?
Mellizos is like, I think, ¿cómo era mellizos, tío? Mellizos is like...
Mellizos is like twins, but their faces are different.
Okay.
Could be girls and guys.
Okay, so we say, what do we say? Oh, that's a scary.
See,
you can be identical or
non-identical
we say
twins.
fraternal.
Fraternal twins, yeah.
So fraternal can be
Fraternales.
2 males or 2 females,
Yes.
or a male and a female. We use it just to mean you don't look alike. So it can be 2 girls who are twins, but one has brown hair, one has blonde hair.
Exactly.
I actually grew up with a pair of fraternal twins. They're opposite. They look opposite, but they're twins. So, and then identicals if you're
Fraternal twins like this. Esos son mellizos.
Yeah.
Mi madre es melliza. Mi madre tiene una tía mía que no se parece en nada, pero en nada, en nada.
Wow.
Y nacieron el mismo día, una tras de otra. una hora antes, y salió ella y salió la otra.
No se parecen nada.
Nada, yo enseño fotos, mi madre es guapísima y mi tía guapa a su manera, pero no tiene nada que ver.
Mira que esto está grabado, ¿eh?
No,
La
no.
tía te va a echar de casa.
Tita, tú sabes que tú eres lo más guapa que hay, pero mi madre es muy guapa también. Tú sabes. Pero eso, mellizos, mira, así se dice. Mellizos. Identical twins y fraternal twins.
Yes.
Vale.
Yes.
Vale, pues
Fraternal twins.
eso sobre los twins. Vale, vamos a cambiar de tema. Let's switch topics.
Okay.
Chun, chun.
Es decir,
¿Sabes
porque-
qué? Aquí en la Unión hay quintillizos, tío.
¿Quintillizos? ¿De una familia? ¿Qué son quintillizos?
Tienen mi edad.
¿En serio?
Te lo juro, ¿verdad? Sí. Salen los periódicos.
¿Pero de qué
y
edad?
todo.
¿Qué edad tienen?
Pues ahora tendrán 29 años.
¿Y viven aquí ahora? ¿Qué-
Ya salió en todos los periódicos.
¿Serio?
Unicaja les dio algo cuando
Really?
nacieron.
A ver.
Quintillizos Málaga.
Quintillizo. La Unión.
No sé si la Unión la Cremallera, pero...
Quinteto, mayoría de edad, sur. 2011. Bachillerato. Esto no será, ¿no?
Sí, ellos son.
¿Esto es?
Sí. Son quintillizos.
Ah, vale. Pero they don't look alike. Fraternal twins, ¿no?
Sí.
Ah, vale.
Quintillizos.
Ok.
Quintillizos en lugar de mellizos.
Uh-huh.
5.
Right.
Quintlets.
Quintlets.
Quintillizos.
Yeah. There was
Lugar-
a.
mellizos. 2.
Yeah.
Trillizos,
Mellizos,
3.
trillizos,
Cuatrillizos.
cuatrillizos,
Quintillizos.
Quintillizos. Sí.
5 iguales.
There's a.
A mí no son iguales, son distintos.
Te voy a enseñar
Right.
para que lo vean
Can you
ellos.
see it?
Coño. Ahora. So these are the Málaga quintlets or whatever.
Quintuplets, I think.
Quintuplets.
How you say?
Quintuplets.
Quintuplets?
Quintuplets.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lady in the US who got famous because she had 8
Wow.
octuplets. I don't know.
Octuplets.
They made a
Oh,
TV
yeah.
show about her because it was like
Oh.
such a rare, amazing
I
case.
saw on The Simpsons, the show, but no. You know, Homer?
A ver, eight octuplets, ¿no?
Yeah.
Yo no lo sé,
Espérate, ¿esto
¿cómo se
por qué?
dice?
Espérate, estoy con el tema de octuplets. Octuplets US.
Octuples.
Yeah, that's her.
Someone octuplets. Oh,
That's her.
Nadia Suleiman.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see.
Yo sé.
Someone, 1975, known as Octomom.
Tiene que haber
Yeah,
un
they
hijo.
called her
Sorry.
Octomom because she
Was
had
she-
8 kids.
was she-
It was just like a
Was
big.
she from Texas?
Got
or
famous in the media. I don't remember. California?
California?
Yeah.
Okay, so she was born in 1975. Oh, that's interesting. California, yeah, medical woman.
Yeah, in vitro.
In vitro. Okay, but that's different.
I
Because
mean,
you can
all of them
play
must be
around,
in
no? You
vitro.
can play around with
How
that.
can you cannot have a 4 natural? You only
Okay.
can have
I
2
don't know.
natural.
Really?
Yeah.
All right,
Oh.
I think we cover
The guy
twins.
must be like.
Vale, vamos
Need
a.
for speed.
Let's close up this stuff.
That's
Right.
so funny.
Okay, let's switch up to. Let's see what you think about this topic:
Okay.
coincidence and luck.
Oh, interesting.
Do you consider yourself a lucky girl?
Yes. I'm
And
very
why?
lucky. I don't know. I've had a lot of random experiences, like, I don't know, fall into place in crazy ways. But I also think it's because, like, I believe in that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Some people are like, oh, things don't work out for me. Like, I'm so unlucky. I'm like, no, like,
How are
I'm
your
a lucky
chakras? Do you
person.
have your chakras
oh,
opened
so
up?
lines, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, there you go.
No, I don't know. But like I think I do lean, I don't know. Because sometimes I'll catch myself saying like, oh wow, that's crazy. That's such a coincidence, you know?
Yeah.
But then if I think about it, I'm like, okay, do I really believe it's coincidence like chance? Or do I believe like, oh no, that was luck, like something's really working out for me type of thing.
Like,
So.
what would you say? What would you say is the limit? You know, a situation where you go, this is too much for it to be a coincidence. Like, that kind of thing happened to you a lot over
I
your
think
lifetime?
so.
You would
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
¿Sabes el punto en el que tú
Yes.
dices esto es demasiado para considerarlo como coincidencia?
¿Para ti, Rafa?
To me, I totally believe in luck. luck is, to me, I believe in karma. Whatever you do,
Right.
whatever you spit out is what you get. Maybe not now. That's what I think. That's what I have experienced in my life.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you why. Because I've had periods of my life where I was more like not close-minded. Like I didn't open up as much
Like critical
to the world.
Yeah.
I was more enclosed in my world and stuff. So not too many things happened to me during that period. But the moment I opened up and started like trying to be more active and trying to come up with different ideas, trying to meet up like this project, like this thing, gets me to get more chances to do stuff, more exciting stuff.
But I think that's the fact that if you work hard, you have bigger chance to do the thing that you're doing.
Right, but the energy that I project, don't you think it affects
I mean,
the outcome?
I think that it affects in the way you are positive or negative. If you are looking into the window in a very negative way, you will feel that everything is bad, everything is against you, all this stuff. But if you project like positive, like even when the things are going wrong, not going according to your plans, you think, oh, well, maybe there is another chance. Let's try, because you're positive.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. I mean, I think that's, for example, oposiciones. ¿Cómo se dice esto?
It's a test. Posiciones is like a civil
Spanish
worker test.
Okay.
Yeah. You're preparing. You're studying super hard.
Yeah.
You're going to classes, preparation. When you do the exam, first you have to study very hard, and second, it's also the fact of the luck.
Of course.
This day, I could say like 50% is luck, 50% is hard work.
I'll tell you this. Even in that scenario, I would say that the energy that you project that day is gonna bring you more possibility. If you are more positive about your chances, most likely you're gonna get a topic that you research more that day. I would say.
I think you guys share that idea. You both seem to think it starts with the mindset, right? And then everything else
I think it's about the
changes
mindset
because of that.
but not because the mindset. So this helps you, but not the fact that luck. Luck is win the lottery. For myself.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at a specific case. Let's see what you think about this one. So this is Elvira Adams. So apparently this is an African American lady. She jumped from the she was unemployed at that time. She jumped from the Empire State Building from the 86th floor.
Yeah.
So what happened is that so she was unemployed and she jumped. And that day, you can check this out. There were really, really high wind currents. Había como mucho viento muy rápido. And the moment she jumped, the wind got her back in on the 85th floor, on the floor below her, en el suelo, en el piso de abajo.
Right.
O sea, se tiró, bajó un
her
piso y el viento la metió en el piso 85 del building.
That's wild.
Apparently she broke her hip or something because it was quite a hit even if it was just one floor, but the wind was pretty strong apparently. And the guardian, not the guardian, the what do you call it, the
Landlord?
No, the guy that cleans the
Cleaner.
Yeah, the cleaner, the guy that
The woman who cleans.
The person who cleans.
No?
The cleaner.
No.
Another word.
What do you call the guy?
Custodian?
Custodian, yeah, the custodian. The custodian, the guy that was cleaning the building, found her, or I think it was a security guard, I think. And then he called the ambulance and the police and everything, and then they made a report about the case. And then they studied, and specifically the wind. It was like the day of the year with the highest rate of winds.
Wow.
And then she apparently, after this happened, she got her job back. Not that day or that week, but very soon after this, she got back her job and her life. When she went back on her feet again. Isn't this crazy?
Okay. I agree. Like, you need to be very lucky
Mira.
to pretend to kill yourself and don't kill on this day.
Right, to try to, and then something intervenes, right? Like something
For example,
changes.
when you try to shoot yourself with the
Yeah,
gun
yeah,
and click,
yeah.
and it's not going.
Right.
Okay.
That could be also lucky.
Of course, this is an example of that, but just without a gun.
Uh-huh.
It's because literally, even
this
with a gun,
even-
it's even more. There are
It's
more
even more
chances.
impressive
Right.
because how can you jump from the
What are the
level
chances of a
86
wing getting you
and you
inside
get
the
to
building?
the next level?
Exactly.
That's even more.
I'm thinking. I'm putting myself in the skin of this woman, like after the incident, and I would, for me, this would be like a religious experience or something, because it's like, okay, now I'm still alive,
Right.
and now I got my job back. My life is where I wanted it.
Things are turning around, right?
And something saved me.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
I've actually had that happen like many times.
Really?
I've been in some really dangerous situations, yeah. And I can't explain like how I got out like totally fine. Like one time I was literally driving in a new area and I turned down a 1-lane road like towards traffic. And somehow the cars were like not coming in the lane I was in, and then there was a lane I could go into that's usually full of cars, but it was completely empty, and I like went towards all the traffic and then around there, and I was like, and then and everyone was like honking, like trying to tell me I was going the wrong way, and I was like whatever. Another one, I was on I was going under like a bridge, like late at night, like this dark bridge. It sounds sketchy, but I was with a friend. And had
Thanks for the declaration.
Yeah, I was trying to get to the train. You know how you go under underpasses?
Yeah.
So there was like a really like high staircase of cement stairs, right? And on the first stair, I lose my footing, and I should have I know these aren't like this extreme, but like I'm like I don't know how this happened. So on the first stair, I like trip, and I should have fallen on my face on these like cement stairs or like broken my leg. And somehow my body like runs down all the stairs, like catching every step on the way down. Okay. And my friend is just like yelling after me because she's still at the top, and I'm like, I didn't have control of my body. I was just feel like I was flying down the stairs, but somehow I stayed on my feet on every step and made it to the bottom, and I was like, what just happened?
Okay. But you weren't conscious of putting your feet on
I was just
steps.
moving. I was just, because I did, like, you know when you just trip and you're like all of a sudden out of control for a second?
Okay.
And then I was just moving so fast, like down, and there was like, and that's the thing, there was like no one else around, like it was like midnight, we couldn't get help, you know, like I was probably thinking of all these things as I was like falling down these stairs, and somehow I made it to the bottom of the stairs, and I was like, what just happened?
Right.
I didn't feel in control of that, but I don't know.
Okay, and was something happening at that point in your life that maybe that you were confused about or depressed? Or
I don't
whatever?
know. That's the thing. I like look back on these things and I can't really connect them to anything, but the thing I can connect, I guess, is that I didn't. And there's been a few other things that have happened too, and I'm like, the thing that connects it is like I don't feel fully in control in the moment, because it's a really like intense, scary thing, right? Obviously, so it could just be like biological, like your brain is freaking out, like this is a scary situation, right? But on the other hand, I'm like, the fact that I always end up perfectly okay, you know, I'm just like, how does that, am I doing that to myself? Yeah. Is that luck? Like, how am I just being carried safely?
To me, those are life lessons, Olivia, those are life lessons.
Yeah, because
you need that. You need those lessons for some reason.
Yeah, me, we think similar. Do you have some case like her?
Not that extreme.
No.
But I mean, the step thing is really to trip balls, because it's like, I mean, jumping and falling on your feet every single step.
Like skipping steps too.
Yeah.
Like I was like I want to get up, but I was like moving so quickly. Like my feet were like taking like, it's like a cartoon, you know?
Yeah.
Like taking big. My
It's
arms
like a Jackie
were going
Chan,
like
like a Jackie
this.
Chan scene. No?
Like I don't know. It was crazy.
like a stunt, like a movie stunt or something.
Yeah. And like just like the location and like they were like some like the whole situation. I was so aware of like how hurt I could have gotten or like how
To me, it was like life telling you, Olivia, no matter how defenseless or without control that you feel,
right.
you always
Land on your feet,
can find control.
Yes.
You always you need to find the way to find control. But maybe you worry too much about finding the control. But if you follow the path that you want to follow, maybe eventually life just takes you to that control. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the way. Like to me, that's how I interpret those like weird events. I don't know. Like I had this event also in the States. I had this thing with mushrooms. I took shrooms. I took mushrooms. I was just hanging out with some American friends.
Just hanging
out, guys.
Hanging
out with my shroom buddies, right? No, but mushroom buddies. ¿No? Mushroom, los de la seta, los setosos. Los que tomaban setas.
Sí, pero ¿cómo la llamó?
Shroom buddies.
Shroom buddies, like friends.
Like friends.
Like buddies, yeah.
I don't know, I just made it up.
It's not a real thing.
Okay.
So anyway, so what happened is I took way too many mushrooms.
Too much mushrooms.
Too much mushrooms. Way too much. Because I was really stressed. I was a teacher there, a middle school teacher for teenagers.
Yeah. Again, terrible health.
Exactly.
Taking mushrooms, not good.
So I was trying to compensate with my stress. Okay, I'm just gonna relax, have my mushrooms, and hang out with my American friends.
Anecdote that ties all of the themes together, truly.
For me, it was so many layers. I was like trying to put together all those layers in my head. So what happened is I went crazy because I wanted to feel free. You know what happened? I started running. I got myself in my underwear and I started running away from my friends.
Right.
And it was a private like an urban what do you call this?
Neighborhood?
It was a private neighborhood, like an area,
like with a gate.
Suburban neighborhood, like a suburban neighborhood. Okay. So it was a street, but I got really close to the fences and the backyards of people's backyards and stuff like that. Right. But I was in my underwear. Maybe it was like, I don't know, 2:00 at night. Singing, my friends told me that I started hugging trees and saying, "Oh, I love everybody." This kind of thing. I had this kind of trip. Yeah. So I didn't do anything wrong, but apparently one of the neighbors called the police. Yeah. Obviously I was maybe screaming and in my underwear at 2:00 at night. Exactly. So that was kind of wrong. So somebody called the police. Police came. Yeah. And they told me to stop doing what I was doing. So I wouldn't stop. I freaked out. And apparently they started kicking me. Apparently they kicked me. I don't remember too much, but I remember that they kicked me and put me on the floor. So they had to take me to the hospital. They didn't take me to jail or anything. They just took me because they could see that I was on mushrooms. Right. But they put handcuffs on me. And you know what I did? I thought I could break them. Yeah. I could break the handcuffs. Of course, I couldn't. Yeah. So I started like really pushing really, really hard. You know what happened? I didn't break my wrists, but because of the effort, I bent my wrist up to like a point where it took me like a month to put it back, like to get my wrists back together, like my regular movements. Right. I couldn't do this. Up to the point where I had to drive. With
your knees.
I had to drive. No. I had to drive to school like that.
Oh no!
Can you think of myself like driving to the middle school? Right. Imagine the kids. Right. 14, 15, 16 years old.
Why is he driving?
Oh, here's the history teacher.
Yeah.
Of course, I realized I just did that for one day because when I realized that my hands were gonna stick like that, I just said, listen, I'm gonna get 2 weeks vacation. I had to take 2 weeks vacation because Imagine the kids, all the kids laughing.
Children.
Like, all right, kids, today we're gonna be talking about the manifest destiny in the United States. You know?
You could have just worn like mittens or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
To be less suspicious.
I don't know what I mean. I literally wanted to kill myself at that point. It was too much. It was too much.
Wow.
But the point is that it was a horrible experience. So to me, it was a moment to reflect. Those 2 weeks that I took vacation was like, oh, Rafa, you gotta hold on. You gotta put the brakes, no? Step on the brakes and really think what you want to do with your life, because that job was really stressing me out. Teaching.
Right.
I kept on doing it for a few months. But I knew deep in my heart that I was gonna switch careers. Like right now, I'm doing something else. I'm just doing computer stuff.
Right.
But at least teenagers are tough. Listen, I 100% respect and look up to teachers who can handle teenagers for decades. Wasn't my thing. But I love this. I love teaching adults, though. I love teaching English and Spanish to adults. I love that because they got like they really show their interest. They are there because they want to.
Exactly.
So it's a whole different thing. About you, Minerva, you got your story about luck and coincidence.
I don't have any. No, I don't have.
But do you believe though that those are messages of destiny? Maybe somehow.
I don't want to believe in that.
You don't.
I don't.
Okay, but because she's really pragmatic. She's really practical, a practical girl.
Yeah.
So you're saying that you don't want to believe.
Yes, I don't want to believe.
But have you found any evidence somehow that could lead you to believe the opposite? That there could be some force manipulating?
I could, since I have like more than 5 Australian visa. Yes, so could be a sign, but I don't want to believe any of that.
All right. Yeah, so I think we all have a little bit of luck at some point.
If you are doing exams, I want to believe on luck because this day I need.
You need it.
Right.
So that was this lady. I had a few other cases like the lottery that you mentioned. I mean, this was crazy.
Yes, no? Who won Euromillón? By the way, do you have United States Euromillón? I mean, I guess not.
Yeah,
Euromillón es
we
europeo.
call it Mega Millions.
Mega
but
Millions.
A big lottery,
Yeah, big lottery. Like you don't have to worry about the war and next generation either. Okay.
Check it out. This is this really blows my mind. This is Joan Ginter. I think this was also American. All these people are American.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Everything happens in the States.
But
man.
maybe it's because in the United States and because the newspaper or because the freedom, like people have more information, like it's easy to accept them.
No. This has nothing to do with information or anything. This is a guy or a woman. I don't know. Joan. I think that's a woman's name. Joan. No, Joan is a guy's name. So he won the lottery 4 times in his life, like the full lottery, like the first prize. He won in different periods. No, he won 5 million, then 2 million 10 years later, and then 2 years after that another 3 million, and in 2008 he won another 10 million. Isn't that crazy?
By the way, how he says like about luck, but here in Spain, we used to have politicians that they used to do laundry money, buying lottery tickets that they won, because they say, "Oh yes, I won the lottery 7 times or even more," because they were buying tickets.
Yeah, if you buy, I mean, of your
we don't know
statistics.
That's the thing. Like,
we
don't really know how
point,
true it could be.
Because you.
I don't think this guy. This is probably a random guy who.
I don't think so.
Because
It's like 4 is too much.
They really do like even like my mom buys these tickets because they really do convince the catchphrase catchphrase of the lottery in the U.S. of the Mega Millions is the little slogan catchphrase or slogan. They say
the motto, no?
Motto, slogan, all the same. Yeah. They say, "Hey, you never know," and that's their what they say to get people. They'll say it on the radio, on TV, on a poster, and it will get people to look at it and be like, oh, you know, maybe it is my chance, my lucky day. I'll buy a ticket, right? And people will buy these lottery tickets their whole life and never win anything. But it's to be like, oh, you know, 1 in a 10 million chance. It could be me, right? So
I don't buy.
where is the line?
Do you buy? Do you buy?
Yeah, I did.
You
I
do?
Yeah.
A lot
Like
of people
regularly?
do.
You don't buy?
No.
Me neither.
I might have bought it like once because I think you can buy a ticket when you're like 18 in the States. So I think I bought one then and
Yeah.
maybe like one other time.
Just to
but
try.
it's not something I do regularly, no. But
No,
a
I
lot of
mean-
people do. It's a very
mean-
common.
Well, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Like weekly or something? Or
I
monthly?
try to. I
Okay.
like to play the Romeo.
A
Yeah.
little bit. ¿En serio?
Have you ever won?
Lo he hecho toda la
Never.
semana.
No!
You know, but it's not even that. It's even worse. In
Yeah.
Spain, we have a Christmas lottery.
I know about this. Yes,
that
yes,
they
yes.
are special. And like the family, like one of the presents for Christmas, give a lottery
Yeah.
to someone,
Yeah.
like friends, family, whatever, because it's very common.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have the last number, or sometimes you can win 100 euro because it's Christmas and
Yeah.
it's special.
Yeah.
I never won anything, never, nothing, zero.
So this is why you don't believe in luck. Because she's like, I've played.
That doesn't mean that that luck doesn't exist. That means you're unlucky. That's what
Yeah,
it
But
means.
that's the thing. That's the thing. I think about it all the time. I'm like, even though I think I do believe in luck now that I'm saying it. I'm like, but what? And because I've experienced luck, I'm like, well, what makes me more lucky than another person? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, where is that level? Like,
En-
how is that
energy,
decided?
energy.
But
I think.
No.
imagine
I don't
how
know.
bad it must be. Like with this lottery, you can get you buy for 20 euro.
Right.
You can get the 20 euro back.
Yeah.
I never got anything, and I
Nothing.
have like I don't know. Every year I have 3, 4.
Oh my god.
Wow, that's yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean even if you play weekly for all your life, you might never win.
Exactly right.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Statistically right.
my generation, like people our age, like in their
don't play.
30s. What's that?
People with
People-
that
people-
generation
like
don't
peop-
play, no?
No, but I noticed that they do a lot of sports betting.
Oh, I have no idea.
Sports betting.
That's big in the
Online.
US
I never did in my
too.
life.
Online sports bet. Listen, Bwin, Betfair. Those two are huge. Bwin and Betfair. Those two websites.
Imagine the other night, I was thinking, who was betting tonight 3-3? And penalties.
Yeah, a lot
The
of
person-
listen. A lot of people made money on Argentina.
Yeah, but 3-3?
France.
Like you have to say that it's gonna be 3-3.
Well, 3-3. You know that there are
I don't know
bets.
how to bet.
There are bets on Betfair and Bwin. They're called custom bets, where you can actually bet not only the score. You can bet if they win on penalties. Who scores the first penalty? If someone misses a penalty, how many corners there will be on the match? Like there are all kinds of.
And they're making this like in a
Ye-
question? Or?
Yeah, it's like custom special bets. You make way more money if you guess them right, but there are way less chances to get them right.
Wow.
But some people spend a lot of money on those.
In Australia, I used to work for horse racing,
Yeah.
and people bet a lot of money
Yeah.
because I have customer, and only this day, I'm pretty sure he bets more than 5,000 Australian dollar.
Yeah.
I mean, because he told me in the third round he won, and he gave me tips.
That's
He told me
huge.
take the tips because now it's moment, because maybe I will lose later.
Right.
That's very Australian, no? And British, no?
We
Horse
do it
betting?
in US too.
US
I live
too, no?
not far from. There's a place called the Saratoga Springs Racetrack.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we call it
Saratoga
spring
Springs
racing
Racetrack.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been a few. I don't like it because I feel bad for the horses, but it's like a very historical place where they've been horse racing for a very long time, and it's people. Do they dress up in Australia?
Wow, in
with
Australia,
the hats and
it's
the
like
fancy clothes.
because
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that they don't get married, so
one.
they don't have weddings or Christians events or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Like, so they don't have any events. For them, the big events is like go horse racing. You can check the horse racing in Australia because they're amazing. Like they're having new building only for horse racing that super expensive. Like to be in the rooms, they have to pay $300 for the day, but they're only having a membership, annual membership
Right,
for everything.
Right.
Like, and they're super nice. Like,
And
Like-
the amount of money that they must spend on these horses, man.
Right.
Just to
But-
feed them and
Exactly.
to train them.
I saw
the
one.
Joker, they are the Joker.
No, I'm talking about the horses. You know, they must spend. Like,
the horses are eating good.
Millions and
the horses
into
are
those. It's just a regular horse, you know, like a random guy in a
No, I don't agree
Well,
about
no,
that.
No?
they're called like thoroughbred. They're like a special type
they
of
are
horse.
Special.
They're
Thoroughbred.
bred specially for racing.
Yes.
And
Obviously,
I saw
they're
one.
taller and more fit. There is a special. The
Yeah.
Arabic one, the Arabic horses are very, very famous.
The breed, no? The Arabic breed, no? Arabian horses, no? Thoroughbred? How do you spell it?
Yeah.
Thoroughbred
Something like
horses?
that, yeah.
Thoroughbred horses.
I have no idea what it is.
Horses, okay. So like special, no? Horse. No? Like especially raised, no? Thoroughbred.
Yeah. I saw like they look for me like that. I don't know if they're like this kind of, but yeah. And it's amazing. Like if you check the places where I was working, really massive millions that they put on display only for horse racing, which is like.
All right, let's switch it up. Let's do one more. Let's see if we have time to do one more. So this was. We talked about twins. We talked about luck. Mm-hmm. What do you think about time travel?
I would love
Viajes en el tiempo.
for time travel to be real.
Viajes en el tiempo. Do you think it's ever gonna be possible? Do you think there have been any actual real cases already?
I would love for it to be real, but I just had a discussion with a friend about the connection of time travel and deja vu.
Okay, interesting.
Because we were just talking about deja vu, and how did they explain it? They were saying, and something that also interests me is dreams. Like dreams,
lucid dreaming.
are so.
Do you have those? ¿Tienes esos? Lucid dreaming.
No?
I have.
I
do.
have so many.
¿Tú tienes esos? Los
Like,
lúcidos.
Yeah, even sometimes I am writing a piece of paper what is gonna happen.
Yo lo hago
Yeah.
también. Yo
Yeah.
los tengo. Los sueños lúcidos. Lucid
Yeah.
dreaming. I control the dream. And
Yes, right.
I am aware that I'm dreaming and I control
I
what
can
do.
be aware I'm dreaming,
come
but I
like that.
can't control it.
Llevo años teniendo, no todas las noches, not every night, but I from time to time I do have them. And it's crazy with the amount of things that I can do. Does it happen to you when you try to read something on the walls or in a book, you cannot actually focus on the letters? That happens to me. I had to, maybe I think that I'm focusing, and when I think I can focus, I get out of focus, and I cannot read in dreams.
I'm not sure you were talking about the same thing. Like you have a dream about something,
Sí.
and later, 1 month later,
Oh, no.
you can see
Oh,
in your
no.
life that it's happening.
No.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what my friend experiences. They have dreams, and then will later have a deja vu of something.
You're talking precognition.
Kind of, yeah.
I don't know.
And they'll be like, wait, this has
sometimes
happened
I think
before.
that
Oh, it was
so
a dream.
weird. Like, and I write in a piece of paper, like, in case to check, like,
Okay.
wow, that's really happening. Like,
Yeah.
No,
because sometimes I get confused. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I have in a dream because something happened, or it's because something is going to happen.
Right.
And I try to remember because sometimes I feel like crazy.
That leads to another topic. But we're not going to talk about that today. But that leads to the simulation hypothesis.
No idea.
It's a hypothesis
Yes.
that claims that this is not real. It's all a computer simulation by an advanced civilization from another world.
No idea, but
You
that's
haven't
weird
heard
because
about
I'm
this?
starving. Can't trust me.
Because and they say people the defenders of that theory say that precognitive dreams are a proof of that, because it's like a glitch. It's like you're not supposed to see that, but you otherwise, but somehow you do. So you're breaking the matrix. You're breaking the.
I've heard of this.
I have no idea.
It's crazy stuff.
No.
It's wild.
I thought that it was about the deja vu.
Right.
So I'm not having deja vu.
But it's interesting that mixing the deja vu with the time travel is a really interesting conversation.
Right. Because it's like awareness of exact events in past, present, and future, kind of at the same time.
I think I don't understand this concept. Can you explain in Spanish?
Claro, mira, porque ella dice que ella mezcla cuando tú ¿sabes el déjà vu? Cuando tú vives algo que tú sientes que ya lo has vivido en la vida real, ¿no? Tú estás ahora mismo, de repente estoy hablando contigo y se me viene la sensación de que estas mismas palabras, esta misma situación, ya la he vivido. Y ella cree que eso es como una muestra de viaje en el tiempo. Es como que estás viajando, en ese déjà vu, estás viajando, really, in time. It's like a time travel experience, that déjà vu. Y es como un glitch, como lo que tú has dicho de que tú puedes ver lo que te va a pasar un mes después, es como un glitch.
Tú no lo sabes, que a veces, ya no sé si es que lo has vivido
Claro.
o que no, entonces, ¿cómo lo compruebas?
No se puede comprobar, esa es la cosa. You can't check. Look, this leads me to this.
I love these, yeah.
This is look. So this is just some pictures that people claim these are real pictures. ¿Sabéis los daguerreotypes? Have you ever heard of that term? It's like old pictures from the 1960s and 50s and stuff. So these are pictures from really, really old people from the 1800s que dicen que se parecen mucho, they look alike to these famous people. Like this is Matthew McConaughey. This is Greta Thunberg, no? The ecologist. Look at this. She looks so much like that.
How can you know that? Like, you know.
No. Simplemente que se parecen. They just look alike. So they're just using these pictures. Bueno, estos son los casos de people that never aged, like Keanu Reeves, que dicen que estos son. This is a portrait from a guy in the 1500s, 1800s.
Evolution.
Y como que never aged. Tú conoces, mira, hay un concurso, there's a TV show, a quiz TV show. Es called Cifras y Letras. ¿Y cómo se llama el presentador? El de TV host.
Aunque nunca envejece.
Ese.
El de la segunda, pues búscalo porque no lo sé.
Presentador.
Segunda de la...
Cifras y Letras.
Es que yo no me acuerdo de los nombres.
Este
hombre siempre está igual.
This is really Spanish.
No sabemos cuántas operaciones tendrá, pero...
A ver si me sale.
Siempre igual. No, ese no es.
A ver si sale.
Este. Jordi Hurtado.
This is the Spanish Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, this guy has been hosting the same show. This is like the oldest show
More than 20
on TV.
years.
Okay.
I think it's 25 years, or almost 30 or something.
Yeah.
I think this, mira, over 3,000 shows.
Programs.
This is crazy stuff. Like, there's no show. There probably never will be a show that have this amount of episodes because of the way TV works nowadays. But this just happens to stay on TV, on air today. So this guy has been hosting the show forever. And if you see pictures from this guy from the 1990s...
I mean, you can check, like Jordi Hurtado along the years. O something like that.
No envejece, mira.
Ah, es cierto, Isa, no envejece. Yo creo que lo busca todo el mundo.
Mira, look, check it out. 1726.
The same picture.
Look, no, but this is real. Look, this is from I think it's from the 1980s or something.
Oh my God.
1980s. This is like 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Nowadays.
Wow, yeah. Doesn't change. Your immortality, didn't say?
Like, look, I mean, he just has some gray hairs on here, but look at, I mean, his
Everything
teeth are
else.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
His complexion is the same.
So it must be like a lot of operation.
It's like,
It's the same.
I don't know. They say that he doesn't have any surgery, no?
No, sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this leads me, okay, so there's a bunch of pictures like this, no? From people that claim that they are like this
classic
one.
Nicolas
like
Cage.
The classic Nicolas Cage, right?
Oh, yeah.
But there's another thing that I wanted to show you, which is about the theories of time travel. You know, the three basic, let's say, ways to explain time travel, which is this one. Hold on, this one. Okay, so the fixed, I don't know if you ever reflected upon this. It's fixed timeline, dynamic timeline, and multiverse timeline.
Okay.
So, okay, let me break it down for you. So, the fixed timeline, it means that it doesn't matter what you do if you travel back in time. So, let's go with the grandfather paradox, like the most common thing that people talk about when they talk about time travel. You know, ¿sabes la paradoja de tu abuelo? es que si tú viajas al pasado y tú matas a tu abuelo, tú no naces, entonces hay una paradoja, porque si no naces no puedes volver al pasado y matar a tu abuelo. Se crea una paradoja. You know this one, right?
Yeah.
So this is a paradox.
Yeah.
So you cannot kill your grandfather because if you kill him, you cannot go back in time and kill him.
Because you won't be born.
So it's a paradox.
Okay.
So in this theory of the fixed timeline,
Yeah.
if you kill your grandfather, the universe finds its way to change it so that somehow your grandfather is born through some other means. You are born through some other means. You are born, so your life goes on. So it doesn't matter what you do. The universe will find its way to fix itself to keep going the way it's supposed to be.
So it's not changeable.
It's not changeable. It's fixed.
Interesting.
Como que es fijo. Que da igual. Si tú viajas al pasado y cambias las cosas, el universo como se reajusta. ¿Sabes? ¿No te convence esta teoría o qué? Bueno, pues
Bueno, si tú lo dices...
No,
yo no sé si creérmelo porque...
Es una teoría. Es just a theory. La otra teoría is dynamic, which means that it's the opposite. It's if you go back in time and you change something, let's say you kill Hitler, the 6 million Jews don't die, and the Second World War doesn't happen. No hay Segunda Guerra Mundial, and the world is completely different. Maybe the US will not be the power of the world, so everything changes, the history changes. This means dynamic. Esa es la teoría dinámica. Y no sé, ahora comentamos, pero we'll talk about the different consequences, ¿no? In the multiverse, it means that if you change something in the past, it creates a new timeline. So a new universe. Como que sigue pasando lo que ya pasaba, whatever happened keeps happening, but because you change something, you create a new branch of reality. So there are as many realities as time travels, as time trips that you would do. ¿Qué teoría, which theory do you think is more likely to be true? ¿Qué teorías creéis que es la que creéis vosotros que tiene más probabilidades de ser verdad?
En este momento me acuerdo que Chimo sería una persona perfecta para revolver.
Para esto, ¿verdad?
Es como, wow, porque eres filósofo y piensa estas cosas abstractas y le da vuelta. En mi caso no tengo ni idea, sinceramente.
She's talking about Chimo, another guy that came over to the show a couple of times, but because he's a philosopher, so he tends to reflect a lot on these topics.
Yeah.
But she says that she doesn't have any idea.
Yeah.
I don't know, but just what comes to your head? Do you think it could any of these three theories could be more real than the other? If you really think about it?
Rafa, what do you think that you have been reading that?
No, I'll keep it for myself. Maybe the last one.
Okay.
I think, but I just want to know your opinion.
I do
Quiero
think-
saber vuestra opinión. A ver.
I think that the most likely would be the multiverse.
El multiverse.
Just because I think it solidifies our idea of our own free will and your own possibility to have an active participation in the direction of your life, right?
Okay.
I think it also could support I've never really thought about this before, but I'm thinking about it now.
All right, cool. That's what I want. That's what I wanted.
The idea, like you're saying, how multiple realities could be running at the same time with you and kind of like the characters of your life, the people you know, right? So maybe that could explain, have you ever like met somebody new and you just like got along, so you're like, I feel like I've known you for 10 years, but we've known each other for a week, right?
Yeah.
Like this feeling of like knowing people and places
Familiarity,
that you have
no?
no reason to, right?
Yeah.
But you still feel this like crazy like
Connection,
connection to them, right?
A bond. Yeah.
Right. So in general, this multiverse, like multi-level of many possibilities and things happening in different ways, it's like, okay, maybe I was connected to this person in the other version of this life, right? Maybe our paths crossed and that's why we have this like I can meet 10 people and one of them I'm like, yes, I've known you before, you know, like that just sense of connection and knowing that you don't feel with everyone, right? But I feel like everyone has their own stories of that when it comes to meeting people at times.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Eso tiene sentido. Mira, hay un show, it's called Devs. It's this guy. It's this guy.
Okay.
It's a TV show. You guys can look it up, those who are watching. It's a TV show that kind of explains, they make up a machine, not to travel in time, but to see the future and to see the past. It's like a, you know, like a screen where you can project in the past and in the future, somehow with quantum computers and stuff. And they have a lot of reflections about exactly what you said, free will and synergy, because you brought up those two concepts, which are really, really interesting for me. Free will and synergy with among people. That kind of special connection, no, that she was talking about, where you feel like you have known that person for a long time, or I don't know, without really knowing them, you trust them.
What does it mean, free will?
Free will es libre albedrío. Libre albedrío es tú decides, tú eres libre de elegir tus acciones. O sea, libertad de elección. Libertad de elección.
Vale.
Free choice, you choose whatever you do.
Okay.
Pero claro, ella lo que ha dicho es que eso explicaría, that would give a little bit of explanation to free will, because if you think about time travel as a fixed timeline or even a dynamic timeline, that means that there's destiny. Like there's a force.
Something controlling.
Exactly.
Right.
There's like a force, hay como una fuerza, ¿no? Que controla nuestras acciones o nuestro futuro, ¿no? So it's really paralyzing, ¿no? To me, to think that the fixed timeline and the dynamic timeline is true, it's really paralyzing. Para mí es como te paraliza, ¿no? ¿Tú qué opinas de eso, Minerva? Es que claro que tú no sabes cómo un poco interpretarlo esto.
No, es que yo esto no lo entiendo, la verdad. O sea...
No. It's just something that I thought could be interesting as a conversation, because...
Pero es que yo soy más pragmática y esto me cuesta mucho trabajo verlo, ¿no? En plan, esto...
Vale, pero mira, te lo voy a poner
no entiendo,
fácil. Minerva, escucha, si a ti te gustaría, si tú pudieras viajar al pasado o al futuro, ¿qué preferirías?
If
you could travel back in time or in the future, what would you do? To the past. Yes. Why?
Because I could make the right choice, protect things.
So you would change things?
Yes.
That's cheating.
Huh?
You're a cheater?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's like confirmed.
Okay. Cheater confirmed.
I think no, it's only like he's pushing me, he's distracting.
I'm pushing.
Yeah. ¿Cómo se dice? Está sacando palabras de mi boca.
You're putting words
in my mouth.
Yeah, pero putting, but it doesn't put it. It's like taking out.
Yeah.
No. He's pulling it out of you.
I'm not trying anything. I'm not trying anything.
But I would like to know your opinions, because
about
like,
this?
Yeah, because you only make questions to us, but you never say about your opinions,
No.
you know?
I can't.
Like the girls, the guys.
Yeah, sure.
Tell me, you want to be in the past or in the future?
Yo, to the future.
Wow.
To the future, I would say.
I
would love to, but
why? You want to see something that's and worry about something that could happen.
You know why?
You can go back to protect something that's already passed, and you can evit that.
I would go to the future because I think that in the future we will live forever.
No, I think it's wrong, because if you know the future, for example, you know the future, the day when you are going to die, why you're going to be worried about that?
No. But
because you are traveling to the future.
No, but I'm saying...
you travel to the future, you can predict if you are going to have some kind of illness. Why do you need such a big...
No. But I'm talking hundreds of years in the future. Not talking in my lifetime.
Just your lifetime. Okay.
Talking... I would like to see what's going on 200 years from now. That's so exciting for me, like to see the world in 200 years. Listen, 20 years in the past, I did not know. I did know what a computer was, but I didn't even have a computer at home.
Right.
Today, I spend maybe over 10 hours a day, or sometimes 14 hours a day on the computer,
right.
between my job and whatever else.
Right.
like for me, life has completely changed in 20 years. Imagine in 200 years. And I don't know, 200 years ago, I think it was 80% of the world population worked in farms. Nowadays, it's 2%. Like jobs have completely been changed in 200 years. Like from day to night. It's a whole, like I would say, if a guy from 200 years ago, from the early 1800s, traveling the future to today, he would probably kill himself or lose his mind or something, because it's so different. So for me, it's more exciting to go to the future than to the past. To the past is interesting because you actually like check things, because maybe there's history, but like you're checking, okay, so this was right, or I didn't know this. That's cool to know. But to the future is like would probably be completely different from whatever you expect, That's my take, I don't know. Y bueno, dímelo, porque me tengo que poner, porque I saw that she got uncomfortable. I'm going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. Okay. Just to get it even, because she got really uncomfortable with this question. Okay. No, I'm just going to ask you en español. ¿Podrías decirme si preferirías viajar al pasado o al futuro en español? ¿Y por qué?
Okay. Creo que quiero ir al futuro.
Sí.
Porque con esta idea del multiverse.
El multiverse. ¿Crees que se generaría mucho?
No sé si quiero cambiar cosas en el pasado. Tengo más interés
en ver lo que pasaría, ¿no? Más adelante.
Sí. Estoy más interesada en el futuro.
Vale, ¿qué crees que será el mundo en 50 años? ¿Cómo crees que será el mundo? Como like a brief picture, like a glance.
Porque creo sobre las cosas que like that we thought would be like I don't know how to say it in Spanish.
I think that this topic is out.
It's
I don't understand.
No, it's okay.
I'm trying to say,
you gotta find the words. Tienes que encontrar palabras, a ver si eres capaz.
Okay. Because
yo te ayudo, si no yo te ayudo con la palabra. I will help you with
so I'll say it in English if I don't know.
Okay.
You tell me. Okay. So I'm saying like las cosas, like the things that like
las cosas que
nos crecían, like that we
que
thought
creíamos in the past. Creíamos
like would be like van
como que serían
sí. Nuestros or la vida, right? The things we thought would be like life and la tecnología y evolución, like todas las cosas de la vida no son como
esperas, ¿no? Like you expected,
right.
¿no? Okay. O sea, que crees que todas las expectativas, all the expectations that we have, las expectativas que tenemos ahora del futuro, serán completamente distintas cuando pase ese tiempo. They will be completely different when in 50 years, no? Like the picture will be completely different, no?
Porque tenemos estas ideas del futuro con los pensamientos de
ahora.
Ahora.
Entiendo, claro. Como que tenemos unas gafas, the wrong glasses. We're wearing the wrong glasses. Estamos poniéndonos las gafas que no son, ¿no?
Y la realidad del futuro va a ser diferente y por eso la vida. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
sí, que la perspectiva que...
I'm trying to even think of what I want to say in English.
Yeah, sure.
Let alone in Spanish.
This is hard work. Listen, what you're doing is hard work.
Yeah.
A lot of Spanish people struggle like you trying to express their ideas in English.
Yeah, right.
So we all went through that.
Exactly.
So don't feel bad about it.
I think it's very difficult. Yo voy a hablar español solo. Estás hablando del futuro, pero no solo del futuro, haciendo un caso hipotético, que es todavía más difícil.
Exacto.
Entonces, por eso le he dicho, creo que esto no tiene sentido, porque estamos hablando de algo que es tremendamente difícil para en futuro, en caso hipotético de que algo ocurriera que no ha ocurrido, y para una persona que no tiene el nivel, o sea, para mí es difícil.
Es difícil, pero lo has hecho muy bien. You did a really good job. Anyways.
Difícil, o sea,
Right.
But this is how it is, really. You know, sometimes I like pushing people so that you get to find the words, because sometimes you get comfortable, you know, trying, because we speak English and you can just. But sometimes you gotta try to push it to find the words, and you'll get it with the next shows or whatever. And we can just hang out later on or whatever.
Cool.
All right. Muchas gracias, chicas. Thank you so much, ladies, for coming over. Y espero que lo hayáis disfrutado. Como habéis visto, hemos hablado de muchos temas. Y bueno, ya después de Navidades, seguramente volvemos con gente nueva o lo que sea. Y vendremos con nuevos temas y nueva candela para meterla aquí al fuego. Pues nada, thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. All right?
bye bye.
Bye.
Cerramos el show.